gentlemen, welcome into this week's episode of How Are You Getting On? And we are joined, of course, by our usual IrishGenesis, but there's a special lad in here today. Ladies and gentlemen, it's the handsome man himself. He's in full HD, BistoBob, Bobby boy. How we doing?
Doing fantastic, yeah. I'm actually a little bit nervous, and I don't know why the hell I'm nervous. I do this every single day. Why am I nervous?
No, listen.
Terrible.
We'll take care of you. But listen, we got to get into the information here. Jenny, how are you getting on? What's the story with you?
I'm alright, lad. I decided to, change the scenery. I felt like too crammed up there in that box. Said I'd move into the bigger room.
Yeah. I mean, it's a very big room, Jenny. It's looking alright though.
It's like a church, Chris. If you shout loud enough, you hear the echoes in the background. But temporary solution. The old Wi-Fi give up on me basically.
Okay.
Hardwire.
Yeah, I know. I mean,
yeah,
listen, internet in Ireland, man, it's a difficult subject. But anyways, enough about that. We got to talk to the guest, Jenny. We got to talk to the guest here, right? Bob, How are you doing? How are we getting on?
Yeah, there's not a bother on me. Wait, is Chris after lagging out? What's going on there? Oh no, you're back.
No, I'm back. I'm back.
You froze. Yeah, you froze there for a second.
Sorry, lad.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I'm doing grand. Yeah. What's God? I have a fucking toothache. Does that?
You have a toothache?
Yeah, that's pretty much all that's happening with me at the moment.
Is it wisdom teeth or what are we talking here?
No, I had like a film put in like 2 years ago, and I don't think I've been back to the dentist since. I'm not gonna lie. And yeah, me tooth's badly going black and everything is terrible. I really need
proper.
Oh, it's terrible. I really need to go to the dentist, but I keep on putting it off.
Oh man.
No.
Well, like here's my situation. Like I actually haven't gone to like a dentist or a doctor in years, man. I don't know if it's part of being like the fear of actually not going or whatever. You know what I mean? I don't know, man. I don't really keep up to date on that, but like, would you lads find you go to the doctors often or whatever? Because I just seem to literally ignore it.
Every time I go to the doctors, I honestly have a feeling he's just going to turn around and be like, "Yeah, listen, pal, you have 6 months to live." But
I have that fear as well. I'm not gonna lie, I have that fear as well, bro.
Like, if I get any sort of pain in my body, like my missus even says that I'm a hypochondriac. Like I overthink everything, you know what I mean? But if I get a pain in my body, like I literally turn around and call, "I'm gonna die." It's over.
Yeah,
I don't mind going to the doctor at all. It's the dentist, man. I find that the dentist is so expensive.
The dentist is well. The doctor's like what, 50 a pop? What's the dentist like?
Yeah. It depends on what you need to get done. That's why I'm terrified of going. Like, how much is it going to cost to fix me tooth? My brother went there about 2 or 3 months ago when he ended up spending like 800 quid.
In the dentist?
In the dentist.
What did he get done, man?
Oh, I don't even know. He had like 3 or 4 fillings, and then he got his teeth whitened, and then he got the normal clean or whatever. But yeah, cost him an arm and a leg. So now I'm terrified of going. I'm never going to go.
That's the
I'm just going to extract the tooth myself or something.
Yeah.
To the dentist?
Yeah.
The dentist, man. I think the dentist, 90% of it is like fucking, they say that you need shit, but you don't. Do you get that vibe? No. Like if I can't say shit. I go to the dentist, like, lad, what the fuck happened to you? Be like, a couple of baseball bats when I was younger, knocked the shit out of me, but I don't know. No, I wouldn't be a fan of dentist. I'd rather rip the two out of my own head. Bottle of whiskey, pliers.
A late night. But yeah, I don't know. It's a bit of a weird thing. I don't know if chat can relate or anybody listening in about the whole doctor kind of dentist thing. I avoid it as well. I know Jenny feels the same, but let us know what you think anyways. But anyways, that's enough about that. Bob, listen, I want to talk more about you. What is happening in your life at the moment? I see you from Twitch. I know you're very active on social media as well. What is going on in the life of Bob right now?
You know what? Actually, nothing much recently. Like as you lads know, like I went full time there about a month ago now, I think. And then I'm not gonna lie, a load of shit happened at home that meant that I wasn't actually really able to go full time. Like obviously, you probably haven't seen all that much content from me recently, for kind of cut back on streaming and stuff like that. A few things have been happening here and there, but what's called, I really just want to fucking pull my socks up and start putting out a bit more content. I have a couple of ideas floating around in my head now as well. So, and then I just want to start collaborating with more and more people. Like I was with you, Gary, there the other night with Carl.
Yeah.
Jesus, man, that was so funny. We were fucking playing Roblox, like. playing Roblox, and it's probably the most fun that I had playing a game. And it was the first time in a long time that I started, like, I played a game with someone that I hadn't actually played games with before, you know?
Yeah, no, I think collaborating is a really good way and to kind of get yourself into content, whether like you have ambitions on your own or not. It can just boost you kind of being around like-minded people. And I know you know this, Bob, and Jenny, I know you know it as well. It's just having those ideas back and forth with other creators and stuff. It can really help you, and it can boost your morale a bit, because, you know, it's very easy to get down in the dumps of content creation. I mean, it's a mad world, Bob, you know, like it's you got to be all in or nothing essentially, and it can really take a toll on you.
Yeah. I was actually, not gonna lie, I don't want to plug anything, but I was actually doing the fucking podcast with Oisin before this. And we kind of had the same conversation. We were like, just kind of talking that, like, it's as you said, it's all or nothing. Like, I had to leave college or whatever, and then there last Saturday I had a 21st that I was going to, and it was with someone that I went to college with. And man, I swear to God, I woke up the next day and I was like, what the hell am I doing with my life? Because when you're doing content creation, it's a fucking lonely job. It's fucking like, and it's so sad because, like, you're actually talking to people all the time, but people don't realize you turn off that PC or whatever, and you're not talking to anyone for the next 12 hours of the day. You know what I mean? And then like not necessarily having set days off as well is fucking tough. Really, really tough. And you kind of feel like if you do take a day off, then you're not on the grind, as people say, or you're not going to stay relevant and stuff like that.
It does. But that's the crazy thing about content creation itself. Like, is that no matter how much time you put in, like, if you do take days off, you've always got that in the back of your mind. Like, you're thinking to yourself, "Oh, have I missed something today?" Or "What if I could have got this today?" Or "Was today my day? I could have had my break." Or you know. You do, it juggles around your head 101 different things of what if, you know what I mean, when you miss a day. But it's like with it as well, though, it's very draining. Like, you wouldn't think it, but like, it's so draining. And then when you get off, you don't want to talk to anybody. Like, you literally don't. You know what I mean? You've talked to people for fucking, you know, all day, and then as soon as you get off, you don't want to talk to anyone else. You know what I mean? I found that to be a huge factor. Like, you know what I mean? But would never worry about like the whole falling off thing, because like, if there's anyone that's full proof of that, is like, I've took weeks and weeks off. Like, I mean, like, I just get at the stage like, fuck this, you know, I'll be like, but it's never changed for me in that sense. I always come back and it's the same crack, you know what I mean? So I think definitely taking breaks off is a huge factor, and it keeps you. You need to do it as well.
I'm fucking terrible for it as well. Like, I could do like 4 or 5 weeks in a row of streaming every single day, like. And then, like, it does get to the point where, like, you nearly don't want to get on, because what else is there to really talk about? You know what I mean? If you're on every single day, you're having the same conversations with people every single day, it can be tough. I definitely do need to fucking take care of myself a little bit more and start taking my 2 days off a week or something. Terrible for going 6 or 7 days.
No, you do need it, and I'm kind of at fault for it myself. I literally stream every day of the week, and I'm even doing stuff for like Legion, and I'm doing my own channel as well, and I always get a bollocking off the missus and even the mom and stuff to be like, here, take a day or two off, because I'm in that mindset that you're saying, Bob, where you want to be online every day in case you miss something. That's how I feel. It's like I'm now in that, but I don't know. I feel like I'm very mentally strong, and I don't know. I feel like I've sacrificed so much to get where I am. It's like, I feel like I'm locked in a way. Do you know what I mean? Like, for me, it's not really a choice to go elsewhere, be like, oh yeah, I need to do this or do that. I do feel like I could take a day off, but just, I don't know, man. It's just with content creation, like you said yourself there, it's so competitive, and you know, you need to be on top of your game. But there's also another side to that. You know, I was talking to Murray Dubs, he's one of my mods and one of my IRL friends, recently about it, and he had a really good point. Was, you know, would people watch you more knowing that you're more exclusive on your days than being live every day? And it's a good kind of counter argument to it in a way, or a nice way of looking at it on the other side to it, because it's like, right, would people not watch you because you're live every day? They'd be like, oh, I can just watch them tomorrow. Or would they make time for you if you're live at a certain time? It's a good way of looking at it. And, you know, with content, I suppose there's multiple different ways of kind of seeing your productivity and stuff. But yeah, I think we can all agree it's a lot tougher than it looks. You know, I got a lot of guys who come in, I'm sure, to your chat as well, Bob, and they're like, oh, how do I be a streamer like you and do this? But sacrifice is the main thing, but nobody says it. When someone asks you for streaming advice and they're like, what do? You never say sacrifice. You're like, oh, put in hard work and dedication. But realistically, you lose a lot of things along the way. But, you know, it's part of life, though. It's like a life experience, isn't it? Like, you know, you have to sacrifice some things to make other things go better.
Yeah, I feel like when you're doing content creation, it's kind of like when you bring up sacrifice, it's like everyone has kind of made the same sacrifice. It's just spending times with your friends and family.
Yeah.
Like, geez, when I first started, like I didn't see my friends for a good 6 months because I was like, you know what, I actually really want to go for this. Which I found, and I was saying that we were in lockdown as well, so like, I don't know if it just became a force of habit that like it's still kind of the case now. Like I might take the day off at the weekend where I go out with the lads and see them. But for the most part, like I wouldn't see anyone. I might see my parents on a day, and that's it. And again, I don't know. It can be very, very tough. It's mentally draining. But do you find that like if you're live every single day that you find it hard to actually be creative?
Yeah, 100%. Some days I go live and I'm like, man, what am I doing today? And obviously it depends on what game you're on as well. Like some games offer daily things to do, some don't. Like I do FIFA, and for me, the biggest days for me are Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Every other day is essentially irrelevant. It's like, right, I gotta think of something to do. And what happens is, naturally for me, is that I then change over to just chatting, because it's then like, right, let's talk, and then whatever comes up, we can use that as a subject for the conversation, or we can look up stuff on Google or a video, or something says, oh, this game was cool, we'll look up a video of it, or you know what I mean. It's tough. Being live every day definitely stunts you being creative, and kind of how you present yourself on stream as well. Do you know what I mean? It's tough being live every day. So yeah, you can't have a great idea every day, Bob. I'm sure obviously you know this. It's incredibly tough. But you, Jenny, as well, I know you did a lot of GTA stuff. Obviously that's role play. Do you ever find yourself in a situation where you find it tough to make content on it on some days you go live, or did you find it easy?
Oh, yeah, 100%. Like, because it depends on the city you're in, like, as well. Like, what can you do in that present moment? Like, do you know what I mean? There's only so many storylines you can go with, and creating different aspects of it before it becomes repetitive or dead, in a sense. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? So it's a tough game. Like, that's why as well, like, some days I'm like, you know, when I go on and I'm on RP, I'm like, oh, fuck this. Like, you know, it's just, I can't be arsed doing this again. Like, you know what I mean? So you switch over to whether it's, you know, COD or fucking whatever, like, you know what I mean? It's definitely you just gotta throw it up in the sky and be like, listen, what do I do here? You know what I mean? And just rock and roll it.
Yeah, it's good as well being a variety streamer. You know, I know, Bob, you've been kind of partial to this as well recently with a lot of your content. Before we get into that, though, I want to start from ground zero with you, Bob. Jenny, that's a lovely view of your crotch there. Thanks very much. Anybody on Spotify, you're missing out here on a great show. Head over to YouTube. How are you getting on? But anyways, Bob, listen. Question number one, and it's going to be anybody who comes in here who may not know you at the moment. BistoBob, what's the story behind the name?
Yeah, I actually get this question quite a lot. Actually, because of one of your fucking trim lads, that I have that name. Yeah, so I was playing Warzone one day, and I don't know what the story was. I might have been playing a tournament, or I was playing something, and I kind of I think it was screen sharing in Discord, and Zerfer, I'm not sure if he's in the chat there or whatever, but yeah, I made a play and got a 1v4 or something. I shouted, I was like, I'm a fucking different gravy, right? Just hyped myself up as you would. And of course, yeah, Zerfer decided to turn that around into BistoBob, is it? Yeah, just taking the piss out of me. And I just decided I'd roll with it. Actually, it rolls off the tongue. It's a bit of a funny name or whatever. Kind of worried that Bisto are going to come after me neck for it. But
no, it's a really cool name, man. And that's actually a savage story. I like that a lot. And it makes it original, though. Do you know what I mean? It's not like you sitting there thinking of names. Like, it came in a natural moment. But going off of that as well, I know, I think it was, I don't know, maybe over the last maybe 5 or 6 months, you changed your profile picture and your logo to a teddy bear. What's the story behind that?
Oh, fuck. I wasn't expecting that question.
Just a
you know
random.
what, if you weren't expecting that one, lad,
it's just random.
You have a long way away.
Completely random. Yeah.
It's just a random teddy bear, fuck it. Just throw it out there.
Yeah, I took it off Google Images. No,
Oh,
no, like,
You went down the Fiverr, he's like $3.99. Fuck
Yeah,
that
you just
shit.
screenshot
Google
someone on
this.
Fiverr. Yeah, give me that.
Fuck that, man. I ain't
um,
paying that.
you know what? I've no idea how to explain it to you. I literally just sat down one of the nights and I was like, you know what? I need some sort of branding. And kind of just sat down and forced myself to be creative with it. And I was like, you know what? I just need something. And
So you picked a teddy bear.
man, I just came up with this concept, and I was like, you know what? It looks pretty cool. I sent it
Man.
on to a Fiverr artist. Now it cost me a fucking arm and a leg to get it actually done.
How much
but,
did it cost you? Go on, tell us.
The logo itself was 180.
Wow, 180
Paid 180, man.
180
for a teddy bear.
Oh, what am I
Yeah,
hearing?
yeah.
180 quid.
Yeah.
Not to be fair,
Your man-
that's
no,
not
your
actually
man
that
had a
bad.
Nah, your man had a big ass window, yeah, and he seen Bob coming from a mile away, man.
No,
He fucking was-
no, listen.
Oh,
That's actually not that bad in the industry. When you're actually a designer, that's actually like I won't say it's not definitely not premium. That's I don't know. I feel like that's nearly
Yeah,
standard. It's original
that's-
designs, you know.
That's the thing. Like I done creative media in college, and like that's something that we learned about was pricing for clients and stuff like that. And like a logo could run you $2,000 pretty easily.
Yeah.
Now, obviously, not in the game and saying that's not going to happen. But yeah, I was probably a little bit naive in paying that. Probably the same way. A lot other graphics on my channel, I probably paid a little bit too much.
You would not see me paying €180 for a logo. Not a fucking chance in hell, man. I paid fucking, what was it, 30 quid?
For the pickle.
That was the person that I sent you on to.
I got the pickle done for free. Samantha done my pickle.
Yeah.
Now I know that sounds bad, right? But like,
yeah,
What do you call that now?
Samantha drew my pickle. Swear to God. She was like, what way do you want your pickle? And I was like, well, I want it long and I want it like
Jesus.
with a hat on it. I want it.
Long with a hat on it. Anyways, yeah, that's Jenny's mindset. But yeah, Bob, to be perfectly honest with you, your logo is actually feckin' class. It's actually unreal. I was asking you because it's really cool and it's really original. And I don't know. I feel like, you know, like I know it's a teddy and it looks a bit rough, but you know what I mean? It's a teddy bear. Do you know what I mean? It looks cool. And I don't know. I feel like it suits you. I feel like it suits you very well. So to be fair, I know you spent an arm and a leg on it, but
yeah, I was kind of looking for something that would actually like I could have in other aspects of my stream, like other assets, like my new like sub alerts and stuff like that. Have you seen them? Like I've like fully animated sub alerts and stuff like that, and it was just I wanted, like, I know a lot of people just have like, let's say, a letter or something, and like there's not much creativity that you can add to that. You know what I mean? Whereas if it's an actual like mascot logo or whatever, you can have like different things happening to it, or you know, it exploding or whatever, stuff like that. You know what I mean? So that's kind of what I wanted, but I wanted something kind of clean and something that I'd actually, my main fucking thing that I wanted was something that would look good on clothing.
Yeah, it's a very kind of apparel looking design. I give you that. That's true.
Yeah. So that's kind of what
giant
I'm looking
fucking
at
teddy
next.
bear hoodie, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just slap the fucking picture of the teddy bear in the front of the fucking hoodie.
Exactly, and it looks grand with that. So
on the back of it, just have "Cuddle Me" on it. You know what I mean?
Cuddle me. that actually
get
sounds well.
out of that. Yeah.
I guarantee you that merch would sell. That's a fucking selling point right there.
Yeah.
Big teddy bear in the front, on the back.
I honestly, Cuddle Me in the back. That's actually whopper. That's a really good idea.
And you know, there you go, Bob.
Yeah.
Get onto someone.
There you go. But yeah, so that's the name, right? That's the logo. But tell me, Bob, like, where did this journey begin for you? You know, you were one of these creators that absolutely burst onto the scene during the whole kind of COVID pandemic and all this. So where did the passion and where did the starting journey begin?
It was a little bit weird at the start. So like I was always playing games, like since I was fucking 4 or 5. But like I played at LAN in Call of Duty, played a lot of competitive Call of Duty growing up and stuff like that. Was always like pretty decent at games, and I was always playing. And then like obviously COVID came around, and everyone was at home all the time. like Warzone came out, so I was playing all the time. And then basically like I had a pretty bad breakup. The dog died about 2 months
Oh
later.
God.
So I was just in absolute shit, and I wasn't leaving the house and stuff like that. And I was looking at myself, and I was like, you know what? I have the whole setup here just to stream. Never watched streamers or anything like that. And I was just like, you know what? There's literally no reason why I wouldn't throw up a stream. And at the time, I was in a full time college course. I was working 6 hours a day in Woodies. So I was in college streaming, and I was working in Woodies 5 days a week as well. Um, and I was just coming home and I was just enjoying it. Like I wasn't really taking it all that seriously. And actually, a huge shout out to him. But I got a fucking lucky break. I was probably sitting at like, I don't know, like 50 followers or something. And like 2 average viewers. But ended up playing in Mr. Gibbons Customs. And I'd say that was my first like little lucky break, that I went in there, and I don't think there was ever like a half decent player in those lobbies. And me and the boys went in and kind of just ran a show, you know what I mean? Everyone thought I was hacking and stuff like that. And I ended up getting to know Ed. Ed threw me over a raid and stuff like that. And it was kind of from that I kind of realized where it could go, you know. That's where I kind of found my passion with it, that like, you know, I probably went from 2 average up to 6 average or something like that. But I was seeing new faces coming in, and I was building up relationships with new people, and I was like, you know what, this is actually kind of fucking cool. And then probably like a month or two later, I was, you know, I was gaining maybe 300 or 400 followers every single month, and I was like, what the fuck is going on here? This is unreal. And it was about then that I started to realize, like, look, if I turn around to my parents and I say, look, I'm gonna quit Woodies. I'm just gonna have my summer off from college, and I'm just gonna stream and just see where it goes. And I literally just streamed like fucking 5 to 10 hours every single day for the whole of summer. And that was pretty much it. Then it was that's what led into me meeting you lads and all that. So
Yeah, I think it's a really interesting story that you've turned something that was a negative into like productivity. I think that you know shows a good part of your character as well, that you were looking for something to kind of keep you going, and you wanted to try something out. And I think that's really, really cool. One question I have though is, because when I started making content, let's say on Twitch, I had the idea in my head when I was younger. I was like, oh, I wanted to be like a footballer. And then when I got to my college, I was studying computers, and I was like, I maybe I want to try content. I think YouTube's pretty cool. Was there any point before all this kind of situation happened? Even, I know you're saying you played on you were competitive in COD in some standards. Did you ever think, you know what, maybe I should put a camera on me, or maybe I should do something like this?
no. I was always actually told it from like my family and all that. So like I was always like really outgoing. I would have been like even in primary school, I would have just been the really fucking like hyper kid.
Yeah.
So like I was always told like, oh, I need something in media or something, but like I never really wanted that. I kind of wanted, and then I went into secondary school, and I was fighting a lot. Like I was doing K1 kickboxing and Muay Thai and MMA and stuff like that. Done that for about 6 years, and like it's almost like whatever I do, I'm like, that's what I want to do. So like I was into that then. I was like, you know what, I'm gonna be a coach or something. I done some coaching. I helped out with a lad out in Kells with coaching then for a year. In my first year in college. And then like I ended up dropping out my first course at college. I was doing human nutrition because I wanted to go on and help fighters and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Ended up dropping out of that, and I was sitting there for maybe 6 months. I was like, what the fuck am I going to do? I was working 2 days a week. I was doing like tar macadam and laying concrete and stuff like that, and doing a bit of landscaping. It's like, what, like I was doing it, I was enjoying it. It was good money, but I was like, this isn't me. You know what I mean? I'm not going to fucking do tar macadam for my life. That's not saying that it's a bad profession or anything, but, it just wasn't for me. I'm fucking 5'6" and frail. Like it's just not for me. So I just started looking at the CAO again. I was like, what the fuck am I going to do? And then I just saw creative media, and I was like, you know what? That's right down my alley. Like realistically, with my personality and stuff, I need to be in the media. I want to be either in front of a camera or behind the camera. I need to do something. along those lines. And then I started that. I was like, I want to be a fucking lecturer, and here I am now, not a
Yeah.
lecturer.
I mean, you've
It's
come.
definitely it's crazy. It is crazy how you can go from doing like something like that to where you are now. Like, you know what I mean? Because yeah, Tarmacal, like, oof, rough
Yeah,
old job. That's a
yeah, it's
rough
tough.
job. Like
Very.
you're talking early ass fucking mornings. Like, you know what I mean? As well, like out in the freezing cold,
Mm.
fucking frostbite on the fucking fingers and
Oh,
toes. Like, you
it
know
was
what I mean?
so bad. It was like I'd be up at like 6 o'clock in the morning. Like it's kind of like it not a family business, but my uncle does it, my cousins do it, my
Yeah.
father used to do it, and it was just like if I don't have work, that's always
Yeah.
there.
Would you be
Mm.
like that though? Like, is there like even back when you're doing all that stuff, like, were you the type of guy to like say to yourself, "Oh fucking, I can't just sit around doing nothing here. I need to get out and do something." Would you be like that kind of person, very hands on in a sense, like where you can't take a day off? Like, would you even take a day off? Would you feel like, "Oh fuck this,"
Oh
or would
no,
you
I'm
say,
a lazy cunt.
"Oh really?"
Oh, I'm fucking terrible. I guarantee, right? There's going to be about 5 or 6 people in the chat now that are saying this lad does fucking nothing. Yeah. No, I'm very very lazy. I need to but if I have someone there that's like an authority figure that's saying you need to fucking do this, I'm gonna do it straight away. Would have been like if I'm going to work, I'm going to work. But with streaming, I
Yeah,
don't
no,
know.
because
I have it in my head that content creation is still a hobby, and I need to get that out of my head that it is my job now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
we had Rusher on there 2 weeks ago, and we were having a chat with him about it. Like, and he was saying the same. Like, he was saying like when you start together, like, you know, he there has to fucking drag you out of bed in some
Yeah,
situations, or you know, he'd tell
yeah,
you to get off, and he'd get off, and then you know you'd plan something in the morning, but he finds out that you're up till 5 in the morning shooting
yeah,
fucking with your eyes on COD. Like, so
yeah,
but that's the thing as well, though. It can happen, especially when you're young. Like fucking like I can't say shit like but I've said it before. My scheduling is fucking wank, man. Like I have so bad scheduling, like honestly. But there's no schedule in this household. Like you know what I mean. Now
yeah,
when you have kids and shit, but the schedules go out the window. You know what I mean?
yeah,
It's completely out the window. But
Mm.
yeah.
so do you think you're gonna get to that place where you're like, right, listen, I've been a lazy bastard for this long. I gotta get my shit together. Gotta do a schedule. Gonna stick to it. Gonna go to bed early when I need. You know. Or
Yeah.
do you think it's just gonna be fuck it, ride it out?
I don't know. You see, I'm a terrible prick for it as well because I'd be saying it to other people that I don't want to be in a situation where I look back in this in 20 years time and it's like, oh, I chased me dream but it didn't fucking work out. But realistically, I'm looking at like I didn't really fucking try. You know what I mean?
Mm.
I done my 6 hour stream a day and that was it. But I tell people all the time, it's like if you're starting off on streaming and like you want to make this a full time thing or whatever, like you need to treat it as you're an entrepreneur starting up their own business.
Exactly.
If
Yeah.
if you're starting up your own business, you're doing 10 to 12 hour days, and there's no fucking reason why I shouldn't be doing 10 to 12 hour days. It's just because I'm a lazy prick. I should be doing 10 to 12 hour days, and it's as simple as that. I'm sitting at home all day, every day. I'm playing games. I like even if like 4 hours of that is brainstorming, I need to be doing something. I should be doing something.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I don't know. I feel like as I said earlier, there's a couple of things going on at home at the moment that's kind of stopping me from doing that.
Mm.
But I kind of feel like if I just had a little bit more freedom back home at the moment, I probably not that I wouldn't be doing 12 hour days, but I'd definitely be giving it a little bit more. I don't know. I feel like I'm kind of fucking disappointed in myself at the moment with that.
Well, I appreciate this fucking self-awareness, to be honest with you, because a lot of people when they make mistakes or this and that, it takes somebody else to tell them, or it takes a lot of outside sources. But just the fact that you're out here being like, I'm kind of disappointed in myself, and it shows that you have your ideas are in the right places. Like you want to make the time and you want to be able to do this, and that's a part of it at the end of the day. You need to have the ambition to do it and the ambition to make time for it. Making time for it and doing the same shit over and over again, I mean, it's like the definition of insanity. Doing the same thing over and over again, expecting different results. the fact that you want to get on it and you want to do it is a great thing, man. So I think that you're already halfway there, man. I feel like you have this self-realization where you're like, right, yeah, I need to get my schedule together and this and that together. But to be honest with you, man, the best advice I can give you, because I feel like I'm like the opposite. I'm like, I work the hours that you're saying. I work like 10, 12 hours a day. I work Monday through Sunday. And for me, I've trained myself where it's like, right, this isn't a choice anymore. I don't have the choice to not get out of bed. I have to, because like this time is already taken. Same way you were saying about, you know, when you're working, if you're told to work, these are your hours, you go to that. But without anybody telling you, you feel like you have the open choice to be like, yeah, you know, I'm not going to go. But yeah, it's just about training your mind into it, man. And you're one of these guys who I feel like as well that if you trained yourself to do the schedule that you want to do and make the content that you want to make, you do very well, because you're such an ambitious person. You have so much positivity just like bursting out of you, and I know a lot of your community see that from you straight away. It's the first thing I noticed from you as well. I was like, man, this guy is like so positive and he's so genuine and so much energy, you know what I mean? I love that about you. So I feel like once you nail that down, you're going to be an absolute demon on Twitch.
Yeah, it's just adding to the frustration though, because like I know what content I want to make as well, and it's just that I'm just not in a position to be able to make it at the moment. So look, like whenever that changes, you will be seeing a different side of me, and you will see like more content being pumped out, and at a standard that you probably haven't seen in Ireland before anyway.
No, that's really good, man. It's great to have ambitions like that, man. And look, if that's what you want to do, man, just put the time in, like you said. Whenever you find the time within your own life, go for it. With that being said, I already mentioned, you know, you burst onto the scene as a content creator. What is your experience being a creator in Ireland? Honest answers only.
Honest answers only. I nearly feel like we're at the point where we need to start getting away from Irish content creation. You know, we're putting ourselves in this bubble that we're Irish content creators. We're Irish. We're this and that, and I nearly think that adds into some sort of a not a persona, but like an ideology that like we deserve something just for being Irish. Like you don't turn around and you don't see an English content creator saying, "Oh, I'm an English content creator." It's not that. It's just a content creator.
Have the right ring to it. It doesn't all like it doesn't have the right ring to it. Like, let's be real.
Oh god,
I'm an English content creator. It's like, yeah, fair play.
But I mean, like I'm saying this now, and I wouldn't mind. In my Twitter bio, I have Irish content creator, but I don't know. I just feel like I feel like we need to start putting ourselves in the bigger picture. Like we're small fish, but we're also in a small pond at the moment. We're kind of not comparing ourselves, but we're just putting ourselves in the same category as each other. And I don't feel like we're growing as much as we could be. In my experience, I mean, it's fine being an Irish content creator, but I mean, I just feel so limited. I feel so limited. Like there's 5, maybe 6 Irish content creators that I would love to work with, and that's it. You know what I mean? And saying that, there's fucking hundreds of really, really good, or thousands really, really good fucking British content creators or American content creators that we could be working with, but we're just limiting ourselves to being Irish.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. It's creating a bubble of Irish content where that's where your promotion lies versus actually competing with global content. It's a really good point. I feel like, you know, for any Irish creators to break out with the scene, you need to compete with UK, you need to compete with US, and this goes across the board. It could be Twitch, YouTube, TikTok, wherever. You got to be competing with the rest of them because, like you said yourself there, you're limiting yourself to a small pond once that's your target audience.
Yeah, I think it's nearly like justifying that, like, oh, our content mightn't be as good as these people, but at least we're Irish. You know what I mean? And that's just not the case. Like at the end of the day, I'm looking at the Irish content creation scene. Like the standard isn't fucking good enough. Like I'm speaking for myself as well, but it's just not good enough. But we're expecting something just because we're Irish, and that's just not how the world works.
I respect that. I respect that completely. Like, as I said, like it's very different for, like, obviously the likes of yourself, Bob, coming up. Like you're the younger generation of content. Like, you know what I mean? So when I look at the likes of yourself and Rusher and that, and you're coming up through the rank, it's like it's kind of more so up to you, lads. You know what I mean? It is. It's up to yous and the younger guys around you to make Irish content not be just about, oh, we're Irish. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
Yous are the guys that would have to step out and branch out in a sense. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Kind of like what Chris is going to do with Lad Nation, and hopefully, like, we can see that. Fair enough, it's Irish content creators and it's an Irish thing, but breaking outside that barrier, you know, and knocking
Yeah.
on other doors, like someone like myself, I couldn't give a fuck anymore. I
Yeah.
mean, I'm at that point where I just, if there's content there or a bit of crack or something to do or something, you know, that's what I'm at. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? That's where my head is right now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I've stopped worrying about, oh, am I gonna make it as a content creator, life, blah blah. No, that's all just, you know, for me. Fuck that shit. Like, you know what I mean?
You just want to have a good time, yeah.
I'm just, I'm here now for the fucking, you know, I'm basically the fucking granddad of the group, like, you know what I mean? So I just, you know what I mean? I'm kind of like, you know, the person that will tell you straight or be honest with you. Like, if you came to me and said, listen, have this idea, blah blah blah, I'd rather turn around and say, great idea, or I said, no, that's absolute fucking dog shit. What are you
Yeah.
thinking? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's the way I'm going to be now. Like, I'm brutally honest. I
Mm.
think that's why I'm very what's that word? Like confrontation wise, what's that fucking word? Where I always end up in confrontation with people because I'm so opinionated.
Yeah, you're opinionated.
Yeah.
You're like cutthroat with your opinions. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, I'm very opinionated, and a lot of people don't like that. But it's the best way to be. You know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
the best way to be, especially when you get to my age. Like, I look at it now and I'm thinking, these are the future of Irish content. These are the guys that can make a difference, you know, change the scene to whatever it may be, you know. And when them boys get there, like, they'll always remember Jenny, the old bastard. He was mad in the head, you know. And boom, you know. So, but yeah, as I said, like, just keep knocking on the door. And if you have these ideas and use like things that can step outside of what we're seeing. And you're dead right, it's not good enough. Like, and I'm the first one to say it. Irish content is fucking shy. It's shocking how bad it is.
Yeah.
Like, and the amount of people out there that class themselves as good content creators and they're not. They're nowhere near it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's insane. It's insane. But yeah, as I said, just if you have an idea, man, whether it's gonna leave you broke for a few months or whatever, just fucking do it. Just do it. Just whack it out, because if you don't, and 2 or 3 years down the line, you look back, you're thinking, I should have fucking did that.
Yeah, I don't.
You'll always live. No matter how broke it makes you, don't live with the regret of not doing what you have planned, because that plan could turn into a huge success. You know what I mean? So just grab it by the nutsack and roll with it. Like, you know what I mean? Fuck it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, and even to add on what Jenny said there, Bob, and I know you touched on it earlier about regret being a big thing, that you don't want to be older and be like, oh man, I didn't give this a full whack. Yeah, I did content, but I didn't do it fully. That's literally the single factor that pushes me to do content at all. It pushes me to stream every day. Is like, right, I don't want to regret this, so I want to give it 110%. You know, if you feel like you have an idea or you have something that you want to do that's going to be fucking huge, just go for it, man. Make it your priority and just nail it, because even the stuff like I feel like I've given this my full time and I've done this and I've done that, but every year goes by, I'm still like, man, I could have done this better, I could have done that better. Like, it's tough to get everything right, but if you have one or two good ideas, you know yourself, man, it's enough to really put you on a pedestal, especially with Irish content, because like you said, like we've all agreed, it's kind of the standard is low enough that if you make anything good, it's going to stand out. So I think it's good to chase that. But with that being said, you know, that's content, and that's big ideas. When it goes to your content, Bob, you've switched it up recently. Like a lot of Irish streamers, that, you know, gone from whether it's Fortnite or COD over to Apex, over to Valorant and things like that. Do you think that gaming is getting a bit boring at the moment? Do you see yourself looking IRL stuff more, or?
It was terrible.
Yeah.
It's so bad. It's so like the last like week has been really tough for me to just even fucking turn on the PC. It's been really shit. 'Cause like basically what happened was I went from COD over to Apex, and I had it in my head. I was like, you know what, right? I want to get a certain rank on Apex and ranked. I got that rank, and then I was like, right, what the fuck do I do now?
Yeah.
And then I was like, okay, right, I might start looking at other games, and man, there's no good games out. There's nothing.
Yeah.
I'm playing a Need for Speed from 2016
Yeah.
on stream.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, that's when you know you're down bad.
Yeah. Yeah.
My opinion, though, in my opinion, like this is just brutal honesty. I don't think gaming is the way forward or future of content.
Oh, definitely not.
I just don't see it anymore. Like
Yeah.
I just don't. Like I'm sorry. Like, but would I rather watch? Right, take for instance, Irish Kitty's does these new streams he's doing with
Fucking
kayaking and all.
savage,
Yeah,
ain't they?
yeah.
They're
Class.
so good.
I would watch that kind of stuff all day over gaming, all day. Because
Mm.
like I don't know, maybe I don't know. I can't speak for the younger generation. Maybe they enjoy watching a guy spending 9 hours in creative, fucking doing the exact same fucking shit. You know what I mean? I don't
Mm.
know. You know what I mean? But for me, I'd rather watch IRL content. Like I'd rather watch you and a bunch of the boys going out on the piss and live streaming it.
Yeah.
That for me is fucking better than Netflix. You know what I mean? That's you know what I mean? I think it really is. Like right now as well, I've noticed as well is that it's crazy because even gambling is becoming more popular than gaming now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A
Yeah.
lot of people now are hooked on watching people gamble. Now, obviously,
Yeah.
it's not
I'm
it's
always
not
watching fucking Rothstein.
yeah, it's not a
he's
good thing.
mad, lad. Yeah.
It's terrible.
It's
I
not.
don't mind. I don't gamble myself. I'm just watching it. I just
Yeah. You get
Yeah.
hooked. You get hooked.
Yeah.
It's so easy to get hooked. But I that's the thing. Like I think that can't be the way forward. Now, obviously, like you know, I need to be careful how I word this. But like obviously, being a male, you're very limited as well. And the reason I'm saying that, no, listen, no, listen. Listen, just hear me out. Being a male content creator right now is it's twice as hard. You're not just competing with other males. You're now competing against females. And the females are killing it. Now, won't get into it, but the females on Twitch platform are fucking murdering it right now. Murdering it.
Mhm.
They really are. Like look at like you just off top of your head a few of them, right? For the younger crowd that likes it, that Somerset one, right? Then you got the older boys, you got Krinikov and all them cracks, yeah?
Love the way you know them by
Amaranth.
name, Jenny. I appreciate that, man.
That's okay, man.
Amaranth puts out good content though.
You know, but listen, all I'm saying is, right? It's a tough. I need to be careful. You see, you know what I mean? Like, I always need to be careful.
Go on,
you know what I mean?
lad. Say what you want to say. Go on, Jenny.
But let's be realistic, right, bro? Let's be realistic, right? They sell one jar of farts for $5,000, right? $5,000.
Do you have a link for that?
I don't make that in a year on Twitch, right?
Oh.
Let's be realistic about it, boys. We are doing something completely wrong. I'm not gonna.
We're not farting in jars, Jenny. That's the issue, isn't it?
I tell you, pal, I will fart in as many jars as you want if you can turn around and turn that into $5,000. Straight up.
I mean, look, I'm gonna. My experience with this whole topic is summarized by I believe it was Mizkif that said it. He said that with you know women who stream, how it naturally goes is that there's this ceiling that eventually gets hit with a lot of female streamers where they can't get above that threshold, but it's easier for them to get up into those higher numbers versus
100%.
versus guys who, like, if your content's really good, they'll be bolstered way higher than your average female streamer, if that makes sense, on average. Yeah. But it's like a ceiling. It's like it's capped at a certain number for females, where you know the attention of the people that watch them only goes a certain length, where with guys it's kind of unlimited. So I feel like that's
true. That is true. But at the same time, then you gotta look at it is fair enough. You can have right. So you have the top female streamer against top male streamer, right? Top male streamer always does have more views, and that is it. But you look at the difference in revenue. The females up here and the males here.
Oh well, I mean, if we're talking revenue, I mean, yeah. I mean, you're getting extra.
But that's why they don't care if they're only sitting on 2 or 3K, because they're
no, not a bother. Yeah.
Their revenue is fucking. You know what I mean? Like
I
go out to some streams and I see women there, you know, and they're doing their thing, you know, doing their thing. All right, but it's just like, yeah, oh, for $10, you know, I'll put your name on my shoulder blade, you know, and the boys are like, fucking $10, boy, fuck it. Get on that, boys. Hop off that shit. Fuck it. Give 50. Move that shit to the neck. You know what I mean? Boom. and they're sitting on big. Do you ever see the ones where they sit on the big bananas in the
in the pools,
pool?
yeah. They're
and
good.
It's like, and they're like $5, you get a banana, and the boy's like, fucking, I'll get on that banana, you know what I mean? And the list is just going, and the next thing you know, you have a 10-foot inflatable fucking banana with 25,000 names on it, right? And she's over there later on going, here comes the money, and just fucking. Oh man,
Yeah,
it's crazy though, because that inflatable
is.
banana is going in the recycling bin, man. You know what I mean?
No, it's how they like. This is the deal, right?
Crazy.
If guy streamers could get away with that, as in like, you know, you could do that, and there was a big audience for it. I do the same thing. I know Bob would. I know you would as well, Jenny.
There is lads out there.
Yeah. All day, man. All day.
No, don't get me wrong. There's lads out there, boys, and they're fucking ripped, boy. They're looking like fucking, fucking Brock Lesnar and the boys, yeah. And they're on there, and they're doing their thing, you know what I mean? And they're doing all these like samba moves and all to the music in the background, all, you know what I mean? And the girls are in there like, oh fucking, let's go, you know what I mean? The band, fucking. And it is though, because like, you know, at the end of the day, like males are as bad for the women, but there's fucking the amount of cougars out there, man, that'll pay to see fucking, you know, a fit young chap like, you know, 20 odd fucking built like Arnold and the boys, you know?
Yeah, I mean, look, there's an audience for everybody realistically, but
sex sells.
No, it does. It does.
And that's the thing. We haven't seen it yet, but it's going to happen. It's going to happen. Twitch is going to have an 18+ section. It is going to happen.
I agree with that. They're going to have to separate eventually. No, 100%.
Yeah.
100%. With all the PG culture coming in.
That's where you want to be, boys. Fuck gaming. Okay, right. You know what I mean? If you're looking to be living, like, you know, living your best life, you know what I mean? Being realistic, big gaffs, cars paid for, you know what I mean? Do you ever see, like, on TikToks now, people go up to them, they're like, how'd you afford this car? And then,
banana.
But your man sitting there in a big fancy fucking 100-200 grand car. People come over, yo, dude, what do you do for a living? He goes, I don't work. And he was like, how do you afford this? And then some wano comes out with massive knockers, gets into the car. And he's like, she bought it for me, like, you know what I mean? Oh, what does she do? And then, here, have the link, you know what I mean? Boom. Next thing you know, your man's shopping money he went in to get the wife's fucking stuff, has gone into the fucking OnlyFans subscription. Boom, more cash. I mean, it's like a constant flow, man.
No, it is, but it's a racket to get caught up in. That's the same thing. I mean, I don't even know as a small streamer how to even approach that career. But I mean, look, it makes money.
All I can say, it's the new wave. It is the new wave. Like, it is. And it's got to be like that. Like, I've got to be 50 and dead nearly. I don't need to worry about it, right? But, no, man. I don't worry about this shit. But that is the realistic thing. Sex is now the new sell. It's the new sell of content. It's somehow managed to come onto Twitch, right? And then, obviously, you've got all these other sites and all, blah, blah, blah. But it's came onto Twitch, and now it's going to get to a stage. Give it a year or two, maybe 3. There's going to be an 18+ part on Twitch, where you will see more viewers there than you would in the normal section.
I mean, yeah, I feel like a separation should be made. I mean, even recently with like the likes of Captain Sexy, the way they had a thing come in where, you know, they're removing any sort of sexual reference content, and then they made him change his name, and then it came back around he got his name back eventually. But, you know, then they're still promoting content like the likes of Amaranth, which, you know, is essentially sexual content. So,
Bob, what's your opinion on it, though?
You can see the look in his face when he's asked that question. He was like, fuck.
I've been sitting here like, what am I gonna say? I think, like, I don't mind it, but I just don't think that Twitch is a place for it. And that's literally all I don't think there should be another 18+ fucking section of Twitch. It should be off Twitch, and it's as simple as that. Twitch is a gaming live streaming platform. It shouldn't be on Twitch at all, full stop. But the problem is that there's a fine line of what is sexual content and what isn't sexual, or sexualized content instead of sexual content. Because obviously, like you could go into a stream and there's certain assets on the stream that obviously are the main attraction and how they are getting people into the stream. Maybe not solely those assets, but I don't like it's so hard for Twitch to turn around to them and say you can't wear that type of clothing. Do you know what I
Yeah, no,
mean?
it's
It's very, very
yeah.
tough.
No, I agree with you. It's very like it's a difficult line to thread from company and from like whatever you want to call it, viewer perspective, where you gotta there has to, like it's a gray area essentially. There's no black and white with
Yeah.
it. So I get what you're saying that, but there definitely is some people who lean on the kind of selling sexual side of it, where it's like it's a bit weird, you know what I mean? So I definitely feel like there could be more separation, whether it's through Jenny what he said about over 18s or through a different website or whatever. But yeah, anyways, enough about that. Jesus Christ, sorry to put you on the spot there. Jenny went off on a tangent.
No, listen. If that doesn't make you feel comfortable for the rest of the podcast, I don't know what will. Like,
we have Bob. Bob's open now, he knows what the story is. But listen, when you were starting content, Bob, it came from a place where you as I said, you turn a negative into a positive. You were like, I'm gonna make use of my time. I've experienced it in Call of Duty, and you went on, and like you said there, you went into customs with Mr. Gibbon, and you got a bit of a spotlight for yourself. When you started your journey, obviously as a content creator, you gotta look at other people and be like, that's pretty cool. Were there any creators that you aspired to be like when you began, or even right now, are there any creators that you want to kind of replicate what they've done in their own kind of universe?
I don't know, because like as I said, like I never actually watched Twitch before I started streaming myself. Before that, I would have watched a lot of like Nate Shot and Scump and stuff like that on YouTube with them, like kind of carrying the Call of Duty competitive scene and stuff like that. But honestly, for the most part, I'd be watching like IRL content. I don't really watch all that much gaming content, and I think Jenny's dead right that gaming content isn't the way anymore. And look, like me and Russia talked a lot about it, and that's why Russia has started straying away from the gaming content, especially on YouTube, because it's just not content that we actually watch. In terms of people that I'd actually like watch now, like I watch like Kelly Wicasa and like the Nelk Boys and Steve Will Do It and stuff like that. Just lads that'll go out and just fucking have a good time and show their personality and stuff. But it's not gaming content at all. So I don't know what way I'm gonna try and go about it or how I'm gonna start it. But like I think that the stream itself is for gaming. Any other platform, I definitely want to turn into IRL content, because that's what I aspire to be, and that's who I look up to.
Do you plan on hitting all fronts though? Like, so when you're talking about like, stepping away from like just the Twitch and the gaming side of things, do you plan on hitting all sides? So you're on about like TikTok, YouTube, the whole lot, and just whacking them all out? Or are you thinking, okay, I'm gonna just focus on one in particular and think like this is where I'm gonna be my best at?
I I definitely think that like the most important one is YouTube. Like, look,
Yeah.
like TikTok is great, okay, but you're like realistically, it is a job. You're not getting any revenue from TikTok. Even trying to get sponsors from TikTok is nearly fucking impossible, because
Yeah.
you need to put out kind of like slightly edgy content on TikTok to really get any traction. And no one's going to sponsor you if you do that.
Very true.
And like YouTube, yeah, 100%. That's number one, because obviously ad revenue and stuff like that is absolutely incredible.
Yeah.
But I definitely like I won't be stepping away from Twitch or gaming. Like Twitch should always be like where I'll do my gaming, and I'll still be streaming and stuff like that. But I don't know. It's very hard to kind of hit the ground running with YouTube and TikTok, because like it is a
Yeah.
job, and I'm sitting here, and this is my only source of income. Like how am I going to justify in the short term putting in maybe 20 hours a week into YouTube and not seeing any revenue return from it?
Yeah, that's the thing, isn't it? Though, like it definitely is. Like they always say, like it takes that one great idea or that one video or that one small thing, just that little takeoff to kickstart a platform.
Yeah.
Obviously, then like if we look at it though, if you're going to make that YouTube move and you're going to focus on obviously different content, you know what I mean, outside of Twitch, but doing Twitch as well, but as in pushing on a different platform.
Yeah.
You should have some sort of a balance, some sort of a starting level though, because if you can promote it the right way and bring your community from Twitch onto your YouTube, just even to them like to get a push start on your YouTube
Yeah.
content.
Yeah.
get that views boosted, the likes, the comments, whatever it is, you know what I mean?
Mm.
That will then add on to the edge factor where you see more people coming in. Do you get what I mean? From
Yeah.
already the little platform that you built from. Because it's like when you look at some content creators, they have went from YouTube and they came to Twitch, but they brought a lot of their YouTube crowd with them. So they already
Hmm.
had that starting platform on Twitch where it got them to a certain level. So you could actually reverse cycle it now and say to yourself, right, I've built myself on Twitch. I've got my community here. You know, I've the support from other Irish content creators. Let's give this a whack. You know what I mean? Putting out that one really good fucking starter. You know what I mean? That one big video that could kickstart off your career on YouTube, in a sense. Do you feel
Yeah.
like that's the way you want to do it, or is there a different approach for it?
Yeah, well, I mean, like you can't really turn down a little bit of a Kickstarter, can you? You know,
Yeah.
it's more so like look, like I have ideas for YouTube videos and stuff like that, but it's keeping consistent with it. You know, like I've one video edited at the moment, and then I have another video that I've kind of started, and it's like do I really look at it as like, okay, I have two videos, and like I might not think of another video for another month or 2 months. And it's like, do I really want to start putting out those videos now when I don't have a kind of like backlog of
Schedule.
ideas that
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just
Yeah.
want to
Yeah.
pump out content from? Um, so I don't know. That's like I have a fucking vlog edited, man. You remember Rusher's vlog
Yeah.
from
Well,
Dublin?
yeah, yeah.
That was a month ago. I have my version of it completely edited, and I've never uploaded it because I don't just want to upload one video and then not have a video to upload for another month.
You don't want to be
Yeah.
stuck. You don't want to be stuck after putting something out and then
Yeah,
nothing continuous after it.
yeah,
That is
yeah,
a thing. Like you need to have a set plan, and regardless of like what you were saying earlier about your laziness and stuff, you need to get out of that. Especially if you're going to be doing
um,
YouTube, you gotta have set times, set days of constant content, constant
yeah,
flow to give yourself that, not even yourself, sorry, given the people that are subscribed to you and people that have your notice on are waiting for your next video to see what you're doing or what's your next big idea. You know what I mean? So it's
yeah,
definitely all about having plans and seeing which way you want to go with it there.
Yeah.
What do
yeah.
you think?
Plans are great and all, but Bob, do you not think it's better just to upload what you have instead of not uploading at all? Because like that's once again, I feel like you're falling into the trap of how streamers are when they begin, where they're like, I don't have all the equipment, I'm not ready, I shouldn't start.
Yeah,
When
yeah, yeah.
you can just hop in. Would you not just upload as you go and keep that as passive attention to your YouTube rather than none at all?
Yeah, I completely agree with you, but it's just I don't know. I just have it in my head that like I'm either doing something 100% or I'm not doing it at all. Um, and that's
Hmm.
how I feel with YouTube. It's like
I
I'm
feel
not
like
sure if
you're
you
looking at
heard
it.
when
You
when
don't want a bad start. I feel like that's where you're at, where you're thinking to
yeah,
yourself, right, I can upload my first video, but if that doesn't do well, that's going to give me a bit of a kick in the cock in the sense where
mm,
I'm thinking, oh shit, well, that didn't do well. So if that didn't do good, what am I supposed to do here now? You know, and I think though, with Gara's right in a sense, get out of that mindset and just go for it. Just throw that video out there, see how it does, and then take it and like don't be ever to be afraid to say as well in your videos, like appreciate if you leave feedback, comments, and let me
mm,
know, what
Yeah.
you'd like to see or how this video went and all. Because there's no harm in doing that, especially when you're starting off. Like because the whole purpose of you doing it is because you're looking for the response of other people, so you want their honest opinions on something. Do you know what I mean? It's like with
yeah,
anything, like you know what I mean.
yeah,
This is like what me and Gara do. We ask people straight up, what you think of that podcast, blah blah blah. What would you like to see? Who would you like to see on it? Because at the end of the day, we can only do so much, but we have to hear back from the community and the people that watch the
see
show
what they actually want.
to
Yeah,
see what
Yeah.
they actually want and what they
yeah,
So it's all a stepping stone, man. You know what I mean? Sometimes you just gotta throw yourself out there, like you know what I mean, and just go for it, like.
yeah. I feel like even if I did just upload that video, it's kind of like I almost have the pressure then that I do need to upload. So like I actually have that drive
Even
to
the
fucking
case
get
be,
videos
man.
out.
Even the case be, no bullshit. If you're stuck for like an idea and you're thinking, oh, what can I do? Do something fucking stupid. Like seriously, like something as content. Like just say to yourself, fuck it. You know what? Just take a part of off your Twitch where you do like a stream where you're like, for every fucking whatever gifted or whatever, I'll do something dumb like fucking
Mm,
smash an egg over your head or fucking I don't know,
That's a good idea.
down 2 liters of milk, just stupidest things. But that
Yeah.
shit is funny because people like, look at this fucking
Yeah.
spastic. He broke an egg
Yeah.
over his head. Now he's down to 2 pints of milk. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
it's dumb shit. Dumb shit works, man. I swear to God, it really does.
It is true. And one bit of advice as well, Bob, I'm going to throw at you is because I fell down this path as well. Before I started streaming, I wanted to try YouTube and to see what I was going to do. And I felt that as well. Where I was like, right, if I upload a video, I got to know what's next. It has to be a series or nothing. Do you know what I mean? And I know you're kind of somewhat similar thing where you're like, is it as high content? Is it as high level as I want it to be as content? And do I have a follow-up for it? But honestly, man, like every YouTube channel in the world, dude, and I don't think you should do any different, is just start ground zero. Your first video is your first video for a reason. Do you know what I mean? I don't think you should look past it. It should be your first video. You don't necessarily need to have a schedule because you have other stuff going on. You're very active on social media. You have your own Twitch channel. And I mean, obviously, you collab as well. I mean, you're getting in with the likes of Awful Gas, with Russia and all the boys. So I feel like you're active enough where you can get away with it. It's not your only place you can catch you. So I feel like it makes more sense, man, for you to upload that. And it could get to a stage where you've 1 or 2 or 3 videos recorded, man. And by the time you really want to do YouTube, you're like, man, I should have uploaded them. Or you're doing some other different idea that those videos aren't really in, like, they're not suited to your channel anymore. So I feel like it's better to get them out there than none.
Yeah.
No, I agree completely. Like especially in this game, you gotta take a risk because you don't know how one video is gonna work. That one video can make you kickstart your YouTube career. You know what I mean? And that's the way you gotta look at it. Like it's like, as you said, some days you come on to Twitch, you don't even know what you want to do, but you figure it out as you go along. You know what I mean? It's just a matter of you being there. First of all, is the main important thing. You just getting on and hitting that go live button. That's the hardest thing done. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
From there, it's just about rocking the boat, man. You know what I mean? Like, if you don't know what to do, just whack on, just chat away with your chat. And while you're chatting away with them, think to yourself, the fuck can I do here? You know, blah blah. Or even get opinions from people that watch it. Just be like, listen, boys, straight up, throw up a poll. What do you want to see me do? You know what I mean? And just go from there, man. Like, I wouldn't worry too much about like, if it doesn't do well, because realistically, and I told you I'm brutally honest. 99% of the shit you do probably won't do well, and then that's that little 1% that does do well. That's where you hold on to that shit. You grab that shit by the throat, and you're like, okay, this is doing well. Let's rock this. You know what I mean? Just don't ever feel disheartened or feel like it ain't working or you're not that guy because it hasn't happened to somebody at the times. You know what I mean? You're still going to have the same people that support you, your community. You're going to still get in regular people that come in, like just new followers, so on and so forth. So at the end of the day, that's what it's all about. You know what I mean? The only way you can grow is by you getting up and saying to yourself, right, fuck it, go live. You know what I mean? Regardless of anything else, like, you know what I mean? That's my opinion to you anyway.
Yeah, that's a good way of looking at it. And realistically, you gotta be active on as many platforms as you can. So why not try your content on YouTube as well? But going back to what you said there about collaborations, I know Jenny said it earlier, Bob, about someone you collaborate with quite a bit is Rusher. Obviously, we had him on the stream previously, and we talked about your kind of connection with him. How well do you lads get on? How do you see your connection with Rusher?
It's actually weird because the fella's actually one of my best friends, which is strange in this kind of line of work, if that makes sense. I'm sure you know yourself. Because look, like, man, a lot of people use you, and a lot of people abuse it. You know, so like it's not always straightforward if you meet a new person. A lot of people are trying to either get in with a certain crowd, or they're trying to use you for a certain length of time and then they're going to move on or whatever, and that happens a lot. It's very rare to, I won't say very rare, but it is hard to find people, like-minded people that are genuinely just good people. I was very lucky to find that fella.
Yeah, is it something you've had experience with though? Because I feel like that's a very kind of strong take, saying that you've people do it. I'm not asking you to tell a fucking
I won't name names.
It's very specific like to use as a point. That's all I'm saying. What's your story with that?
It's hard,
man. Yeah, look, like at the same time, I nearly don't blame it, but like, Okay, right. Yeah, look, I had someone basically turn around to me and ask me not to stream at a certain time so that it wouldn't affect their viewers, right? And that person actually got their mods and everything to keep up to date with my viewers and their viewers while they were alive and while I was live and stuff like that. And look, like whatever the case was, that person obviously was just looking out for their own, benefit or whatever. And I mean that happens, and it happens quite a lot that you get asked to do something, or a lot of people just put their needs above yours. You know what I mean? And that was kind of an eye opener for when I did meet Russia. That I'm pretty sure I've talked about it on Jake's podcast. I think that when I first started playing with Russia, it was in the mornings, and I was streaming too, and he was nearly telling me to stream at the same times that he was streaming in the morning every single day. Which I was nearly confused about, because obviously I was asked by this lad not to stream at a certain time. I was like, hold on a second, this is the right thing to do, because he was obviously.
Who the fuck you're on about, can't lie to you.
Huh?
I'd die to know who you're on about.
I'll tell you after.
Say no, and anyways. But yeah, so here's my question, right? So,
but that's crazy, Chris. Think about that. That's like me texting you, right? Be like, yo, you're Gara. I'm streaming at 6 o'clock tonight, right? You're about to go live, right? You know what I mean?
Yeah, obviously I'd tell you to fuck off, but
that's what I'm saying.
No, I get that.
That's the thing though, because I was pretty new to streaming at the time, and I kind of just looked at it. I was like, you know what? Yeah, it's grand, and I actually done it. I changed my streaming times, and that's how I ended up playing with Russia.
Yeah. So here's my question then: is if obviously you've done that, but do you put that under like you described it as kind of use and abuse? I feel like that's. Do you really? Is it the same thing? Like I don't know if I'd put it as you like kind of
I'd more so just look at it as like some people are only out for their own benefits, and sometimes you need to look out for that.
Yeah.
Look, like at the same time, I'm not saying that to out that person, or obviously by not naming names or whatever.
No, of course not. Yeah.
At the end of the day, I just don't want that to happen to other people. You know what I mean? I want people to realize when they're new to streaming or whatever that that's not a normal thing that happens.
No, yes, it's not normal at all.
It's not a normal thing. And I only realized that later on, and that's why I said it. Now I've said it a couple of times. And I won't mind. I never confronted that person or anything about it. I was kind of just like, I kind of realized a little bit later on and kind of disassociate myself with that person. And yeah, that was kind of just the end of it then. But yeah, I just don't want that to fucking happen to other people. And people need to realize,
it's a good message, and I feel like if anybody's involved with your own content, you definitely shouldn't be working around them. At the end of the day, as much as we can all be like, oh yeah, lads, we're all doing this, blah blah blah, but at the end of the day, you got to put yourself first. It's your content, it's your community.
Well, could that be said that he was just putting himself first there?
Well, yeah, obviously, because I mean that's like me saying to you, Bob, we're live at the same time. Can you not go live, man, so that I can get the viewers? Obviously, it's putting yourself first, man. Obviously, I don't think there's any question there. But anyways, enough about that. I just wanted to see the story behind it, because it was very personal the way you kind of put it out there, and I was like, right, well, what's going on here? But apart from that, man, Russia, you've had a special connection with, and you said it yourself, he's somebody that you connected with straight away. With that being said, even outside of the Irish scene, do you find it difficult to connect with creators on a level of friendship, or do you just see everybody else as peers?
Look, I don't think you can look at everyone as peers, because everyone has an ego, and sometimes it's rightly so. We have an ego, that's grand, but a lot of the times, people just have this materialistic ego that they fucking make up for themselves. But you need to nearly play into it, and just to get to know the person a little bit better. Look, I think that I kind of fit in well with certain people, just because, as much fucking viewers as I get or whatever, I'm actually pretty good at games. And I've been able to get in with certain people through just being good at games. So I don't know, it can be hard to connect, but you just need to build up that little level of trust between you. I've played with a couple of English players now that would be a hell of a lot bigger than me in all sorts of games, but I don't know. Like at the end of the day, people just need to realize that like collaboration isn't just all about fucking or just reaching out to someone or whatever. Like you actually have to be friends with that person to a certain extent. You need to get on with that person, or else
Yeah.
you're going to jump onto their stream, or they're going to jump onto your stream, and it's going to be terrible content.
Yeah. No, you definitely have to.
Yeah, chemistry.
Yeah,
Chemistry
you
has to
if
be
the
a big thing, yeah.
if the match with the right people. Jenny, actually, I've asked a question to you as well because I don't think I've ever asked you, or anyone's possibly ever asked you. Have you found it difficult connecting with creators outside of actually making content? Because I know you've collabed with a lot of people. You've done a lot of stuff as well. Do you have any?
No, I don't know what it is. I seem to just fucking get along with everyone, man. You know what I mean? I think I don't know. No, I like honestly like obviously the only people I don't get along with are like people that seem to just have an issue with how I portray myself. Like they like obviously everyone knows I'm not like professional. You know what I mean? So like people no, but some people come into me like and they expect me because like I've obviously got my name out there in different ways than you should, right? But
Mm-hmm.
at the end of the day, it's still out there.
Mm.
But people like I seem to anyone that I actually like have talked to, like whether they're from the UK, from the US, like I have a load of different content creator friends from the US. I have a load from the UK. I have a load in Ireland. Like so, no, anyone I've ever like taught to work with in a sense, like it's always been hands on. Or anyone that has ever said to me, "Here, would you work with me?" I've never actually don't think I've ever turned anyone down. I always have said yeah.
Mm.
Because I'm just very outgoing person. Do you know what I mean? Like I don't really like I don't look at as Bob said there, like if they're bigger than you and stuff. I don't look at it that way. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I would have kind of an ego in a way though as well. I do think of myself bigger than I am.
Big
I
Jenny.
know that. You know what I mean? But I have to be like that because if you're not like that, I'm not going to be the little like, oh, this guy has a lot more viewers. That'll be. I'm not going to be the quiet guy in the corner. I'm going to be the outgoing,
Yeah.
fucking
Yeah.
in your face. How are you getting on? You know what I mean? That's the whole point. How are you getting on, show? Like it's just I'm straight out. Like Gareth's
Yeah.
same. He's very bubbly person. He's very outgoing. He talk to people. But that's what makes about us. We bring on any guest that will make you feel comfortable like that because of how we come out. Like you know what I mean?
Mm.
Yeah,
no,
I think that's a good point, Jenny. I feel like with the podcast itself, I feel like we're both of us are straight shooters, and I feel like I hope, anyways, Bob, you got that impression. Anyways, I know I've chatted to you obviously a lot off stream as well. Pretty straight shooter here, doesn't really go astray. But I'm gonna move away from the straight shooter for a minute, and I'm gonna go to a different side of questions because we talked about you and your content, but a couple of things about you, Bob, that I don't think anybody knows. So I'm gonna throw something at you here. So
fuck, right.
No, don't worry, man. I got you, man. Me and Jenny look after you.
Gareth, before we go, just take a quick look.
Take a quick look.
In the.
Oh, sorry. Bob needs to go to the bathroom, guys.
I need to go piss.
Bob, you go for your wee, lad. Don't worry. We'll.
Poor chap sitting there like this, crossing his legs.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, Chris. Yeah, I was wondering. I see Bob smiling. I didn't know why. Now I know why he was smiling on camera. He needs to take a wee. Poor fella. No, I have a tiny bladder as well. So I went to the jacks as well. Jenny, actually, how is your bladder? Do you have a small bladder, or are you able to withstand a storm?
No, I use a drinking though. That's different. Like so, if I have a few beers now, once I break the seal, lad, I'm gone every 10 minutes.
Yeah.
No, like when I don't drink, no, I'm grand. Like you know what I mean, not a bother on me. But no, as soon as if I have alcohol, bro, totally different ballgame. Totally different ballgame. Like once the seal's broken, forget about it. Forget about it.
It's crazy. Yeah, no, it is, isn't it? The way it's like. No, my bladder's not usually the best anyways. I'm in and out of the bathroom, I'm a regular. But just the second you're done a first drink, I feel like it doesn't hit until you're done one exact drink. It could be a can, it could be a short.
Mine's usually how it works for me is I get through about 1.5 Guinness and that's it. Can't do anymore because Guinness is very heavy. It's like soup, like
it is Campbell's soup job, yeah.
Yeah. So after that, then like it's literally after every pint you're in the jacks. You know what I mean? So, but no, it is. It's definitely more down to when you're drinking alcohol. 100%.
Yeah.
I feel like the alcohol fucking speeds that shit up.
No,
like, you know what I mean?
yeah, no, it definitely does. Bob, do you have a nice week?
Yeah, geez, you said that you weren't going to be a straight shooter. A little bit dribbled down my leg there.
So no. So yeah, what I wanted to say to you was, so you recently did a stream, or you posted at least about a stream, talking about speed dating. You're in a lovely nice t-shirt, and you said, "Come do a speed date with me."
We got no fucking replies. I couldn't do it.
Listen, if I seen that, I would have been in there. But anyways, question for you is, what is the worst date you've been on?
Ooh. I actually don't think I've been on a bad date.
None at all. Even just meeting up with somebody.
No, I don't think so.
I got shot at by a woman's father before.
Shot?
Yeah, shot at.
With a gun?
I swear to God, they're out Knockram, right? It's outside Arklow. No bullshit, I swear to God. I swear to God. I was 17 at the time, yeah. And I was out Knockram, outside of Arklow, right? Swear to God, smashing this young one out, but yeah. Her father comes home. I'm not bullshit. This is swear down now. Won't drop names because I get in trouble. But our lad comes home, right? I swear to God, lives on a farm, right? Our lad comes home. She's like, you need to get out. The outlet, father's here. I hopped out the window, anyhow, man. Right, literally tried to fucking put on the pants, buried up the road. Our lad comes out with a fucking shotgun.
What?
I swear to God, some fucking mad farmer Joe out with the shotgun and just starts shooting up the lane at me, man.
Oh my God, what am I hearing, man? Jesus Christ!
Fucking hell!
I've never shot myself. I swear, I think I bricked it. Like, I swear down, man. There was an awful bag of shit at me on the way home. I'll tell you that now. Right. Never again, man.
That's
never again.
Hell.
Last
was
time
that first date? Or was that just...
That was like, no, that was like, I had shagged her 2 nights before that out of the session. And then she told me to come out to the house. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Do you know, I swear, and I had to walk back from Ockram to Arklow, bro.
Oh my God.
Oh, never again. Never again, boys. I swear.
Never again. Casually, never again.
It was so lucky though, because that was back in the day where it was just like Bebo and all that shit. You didn't have to worry about like, you know, social media.
Yeah.
Was back there. It was like you had her number on the phone. I was like, fuck that shit, delete, block, fuck off. You know?
Oh my God.
No, boys, I swear to God, the scariest thing ever. It was like The Hills Have Eyes, part 4.
Well, look, Bob, I don't think you top that story, but surely you have something for us here with your dating life. Surely there's been some situation, man. Surely.
I don't know. The only thing that I can think of is just being on a first date and then not being able to perform.
Oh, as in like
that was tough. Yeah, that was a tough one.
Don't worry about it.
Oh, it's shocking.
When you get to old age, man, it's, you know, fucking, there's no such thing as seconds anymore. I can tell you that much.
So, tell us, how did the date go? Talk to us about this. Set the scene. Set the scene.
Fantastic. Yeah, went out for a date. This was about 2 years ago. And yeah, it just went out for a meal or whatever. Ended up she had a free house. Went back to hers and just nothing happened. Just nothing happened. And then she was like, you know what, it's grand, don't worry about it. She was like,
I hate when they say that. I fucking hate when they give you the look, don't worry about it, you're having it off, right? And you're
swear to God, I didn't sleep a wink.
And you think, especially when you have the especially when you're full beer, right? And then you bait into the bathroom, you're like, right, listen here, pal, you know, when you start slapping the shit out, you're like, get that shit together, man.
Yep.
And she in the bedroom then fucking flicking through the fucking channels and you're in the fucking bathroom baiting the head off yourself. And just nothing happening, Pat. And you're like, right, fuck this shit. I'm done. Me and you are falling now. Fuck you.
You know what the worst part was, actually? She said, look, it's no problem. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
And I was in work the next day and she was like, you know what, right? I'm going to pick you up from work tomorrow. Try again tomorrow.
Please
what do you think happened?
No, please, Bob, no.
2 days in a row.
Bob.
Lad, you need the little blue pills, you do, lad. That's
I swear to God. I swear to God.
You struck out 2 days in a row.
Oh, with the nerves, boys, it was like an innie on the second night. It was terrible. It was,
Oh, Bob, man. Yeah. Oh, fucking hell.
It is horrible. Like, there's nothing.
But that's the thing, man. If it happens once to you, it's in your fucking head for half.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, you can't get
true.
Out.
It's true.
It's not worse, man. Especially when you're talking the big talk on the phone. You know, before you go over, you're like, oh, I'm going to fucking smash your doors. You know what I mean? And then you go over and you can't even fucking take it out. Never mind, smash a door.
No.
Fucking Silence of the Lambs type shit. You know what I mean?
Jesus Christ. Oh.
Yeah.
But that's gas. But I mean, obviously,
It's not.
sad. It's sad. It's sad. It's sad though. It is sad. So I assume then obviously you didn't contact your one after that, did you?
I'm actually still good friends with her, yeah.
All
Nice
right,
girl.
yeah, that's not too bad. At least you have somewhat of
Well, you say, hey, the bonus is like, you know what I mean? She can't compare you to anyone, you know what I mean? So that's a bonus.
For fuck's sake, Jenny.
How good was he? I don't know. Couldn't tell you.
He says he's grand. He says he's grand. But yeah, okay. So then, going back to the game, and that was very fun. By the way, I like that a lot. Bob, what was the first game you remember playing? Like the first time you touched a controller and a console or a game. What was your first ever experience?
Ratchet and Clank on the PS2.
PS2?
Actually, no, fucking Tomb Raider on the PS1.
Ah, nice.
Yeah.
back
I
in the
played that
day,
over with my uncles, and then like I never had a PS1. Then my brother ended up getting a PS2 or whatever. And then I was straight into Ratchet and Clank. So, oh my god, they were unreal. They were so good.
Have you actually seen there's a Ratchet and Clank movie? Have you seen that?
No, I haven't played the new games either.
Yeah.
Are they supposed to be good?
I don't know. I was going to ask you if you're into. I played them. I played the Ratchet and Clank on PS4. I think it was on PlayStation Plus. It was actually pretty good. Me and herself played through the whole game. It was good crack. But there's a movie. I didn't even realize there was a movie. I know some people in the chat being like a movie. Yeah, apparently there's a Ratchet and Clank movie out. It completely missed me. But
Disney bring out new films every week, man. You ever see Disney Plus? Like,
yeah.
Every week there's a brand new fucking thing. You know what I mean?
But Tomb Raider's an interesting one to start off there, Bob. Back in the day, there were graphics as well, man. Pure fucking pointy.
Terrible.
Yeah,
it was terrible.
Yeah.
Now, saying that, I can barely remember. Like, I probably played half a mission or something and was eating the controller halfway through. But that's my first memory of playing. But yeah, no, I don't even remember really enjoying it all that much until my brother got the PS2. Like, I was always outside and I was always playing sports and stuff like that until the brother got the PS2. Now it was just
you were touching grass. You were touching grass until that point in time.
Yeah. It's a terrible addiction, this game and shit.
Yeah. It can be, and that's the thing. I feel like I was the same as you when I discovered gaming. It took over a great portion of my life when I was like a teenager. Like only up until I was, I don't know, man. Maybe until I got to college, I started seeing the outside world again, and then streaming brought me back into it. So it's very easy to get addicted to gaming when you're young. But I don't know. I don't know if I can relate to modern gaming. Like when we were young, like I know me and you, Bob, but even Jenny, you can relate to like the likes of COD lobbies back in the day and having the crack. That was a different ball game. Like I don't know if kids nowadays experience the same thing.
People are soft now compared to that.
Yeah.
Nowadays a snowflake season, man. It really is. Like, you know,
everything under the sun was said back then.
Oh yeah, no,
geez, terrible.
You couldn't stream back then. You couldn't. Like you get cancelled 100 times over.
No.
I mean, stuff I said, you wouldn't even say it to a priest in a confession.
It's true though, like, but that's what made it fun. Going in every day knowing that you don't know what's gonna happen, you don't know who you're talking to, and the fact that it's open field, it's open playing field, anything goes. That was exciting, man. I feel like nowadays, you know, obviously Fortnite's sick, and that's kind of taken over the nation for like for a lot of the teenagers kind of growing up nowadays. But I don't know, man. I feel like I'm a boomer saying this. You know, our time was better than yours, but is it true? I don't know. Am I a boomer saying that? Bob, what's your opinion on it?
I don't know, dude. I think it all kind of comes back to nostalgia.
Yeah.
Don't think any time's really better than that. Like the games now are probably better games. Like you look back on Modern Warfare 2, game was incredible. And then you actually think about it, it was fucking noob tubes with one man army across the map. And you get a nuke in the first 20 seconds of a map, like, and you know what I mean? Like the games were actually fucking chalked.
Yeah.
But nowadays, like there's so many patches coming out for games, and like we're complaining if the patch is fucking 2 days late or whatever. I don't know, in terms of like the actual culture of the game, probably the people nowadays probably missed out on like the Modern Warfare 2 montages,
big time.
The fucking the headquarters quick scoping plans and everything. Like back in the day the games were fucking fun, but I'm sure that in 10 years time people are going to be looking back on like Fortnite Customs and Verdansk, and you know they're going to be looking back on so many games and saying, oh, that was the best time in gaming ever.
Yeah, it definitely depends on the time frame, the time period,
Mm.
and people like the age wise and all. Like like we used to. I used to love back then. Like, we used to like do it. Like, we have all the mates from like where football or GA or fucking school, whatever, playing with John. And if shit got too heavy, like you'd actually box it off each other when you seen each other
Mm.
next like over the game. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? And it was just funny, like, you know what I mean? Boys fucking, 6-0 in you, and they're absolutely ripping the piss out of you. So, you'd lose the head at them next time you see them. Like, you know what I mean? 2-foot challenge on the fucking football pitch. You'd be like, yeah, now you cunt.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Yeah, but that's just the times though. Back then we didn't have social media fully ready for us. It was like you seen people in real life and then you went online and that was your experience of being out there. You know what I mean? Like, technically speaking, like online gaming was the social media before social media. Like my way of talking to my friends was through Xbox Live. Like my whole childhood not my childhood, but in my teenage years, it's literally Xbox Live. When I was 13 or 14, I got an Xbox 360, and that was how I conversated with my friends online. And that's what Discord is today. Do you know what I mean? Like, so we'd sit on the Xbox dashboard just talking. Do you know what I mean?
Back then as well, though, you had so much more, like, even outside, like, you know what I mean? Like, we would do so much more outside as well as gaming. You know what I mean? Like, I used to remember going out playing headers and volleys on the road for hours.
Yeah.
Playing curbs for fucking 20 pence to go to the shop and shit. Like, you know what I mean? And it was just such a good time. Like, you know what I mean? Like, back then it was actually good crack. Like, you know what I mean? And
Yeah.
now you look at it and you're thinking to yourself, what the fuck? I don't know. I always said it. I'm so happy I grew up in the time I did. I don't care if I'm an old bastard now, but my childhood memories I'm sorry, my childhood memories outdo all these young lads now who are like, oh my god, bro, I spent 14 hours yesterday and Fortnite was awesome. You know what I mean? It's just a totally different.
Yeah, you'd pick getting shot at in the arse by a farmer over getting getting elite division in FIFA or arena. Fucking
listen, I nearly got one pump IRL. Like, you know what I mean? There was 2 one pumps. Like, one pump turned her out and one pump me.
Oh my god! I suppose that's true though. It's completely different, and oh man, it's different times. That's hilarious. Yeah, but Bob, obviously we're talking about you as a content creator, but take that out for a minute. What do you do outside of streaming? What hobbies or passions do you have? I know you mentioned you used to do kickboxing and used to be involved in sports and things like that. Outside of streaming right now, what do you do? What's your go-to?
Oh man, it's actually fucking terrible at the moment. I don't really do much. I'm not gonna lie. I watch a fuckload of TV shows and movies and stuff like that. And I used to like review. No, because we used to like review them in fucking like in college and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And I'd literally be sitting there and like I'd be reviewing shit in my head while I'm watching it, and that's what I find like really really fun. It's so creepy, but I absolutely love it. I actually have like a little bit of a thing in my Discord where I like review movies and like give it my rating and stuff like that. I absolutely love doing stuff like that. And then just on the weekends, I just go out with the lads.
Yeah.
But at least
as
you
much
do
as
that.
I can.
That's a huge factor. Like,
Yeah.
because who was it, Chris, that we talked to on the show? And I literally said that same thing. I said, no matter how much you love gaming, you want to make something out of content. Don't forget to live as well. Can't remember who the fuck
I'm not sure who you said it to either, but I feel like it's a fairly. It's
probably Rocher. That fella doesn't go out.
No, it wasn't. It was one of our first shows, I believe. I said it.
It could have been prior to a guest. It could have been just us talking.
I think it was just that, but like, it's definitely. I do believe in that. No matter how much you want something, I always say that. Do not forget to actually like go out and live a little. You know what I mean? Like, because you're only young once, bro. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And I like it. It's really bad because like I feel like I missed out on like fucking 2-3 years because of COVID. Like,
yeah.
So now like the last like maybe 3 months or so, I've really tried to go out as much as I can, whether that be like I have a couple of lads that live up in Dublin. I try and go up and meet them, and then there's the boys from Navan and Trim and stuff like that I meet up with as well, and then there's boys from Slane that I meet up with as well. So I'm constantly being asked to go out, but it kind of depends on the week whether like there is just some weeks where I'm like, oh, I took my Tuesday off or something, so I'm like, oh, I really need to stream this weekend where I need to get out of my head.
Yeah, no, it's definitely like that. Like for me, the way I look at it is that like you can do both. You know what I mean? It's like when Gar's missus comes up to him or he goes see her, he takes
Mm.
that time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's what it's all about, bro. Whether it's with a woman or with your mates or whatever the fuck it is,
Mm.
don't forget to live a little because at the end of the day, you know, maybe a couple of years time, you're about to settle down, have fucking chaps, and you know all that shit starts folding in, like you know.
Yeah.
So
You haven't lived your life, and it's like I
definitely you
fucking
need
regret it. Yeah.
you
Yeah.
need to like no matter what, um, just always remember that as well. Like you know, what I mean, don't get sucked in because I've seen that happening. I can see it still happening. Obviously, never mention names, but I can see it
Mm.
happening. Certain people they're just getting so sucked in, but they're not. They're missing out on so much. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, but fair play. Like if people do that, okay, I understand hard work, dedication, really trying to make something of it. But you know, at the same time, try.
You're not
Yeah,
gonna have the same experiences when you're
yeah,
26, 27 as you are when
yeah,
you're.
yeah, 100%. Like I'm straight up. Like if I go on the beard now, I'm dead for 4 days after. Like I can't. Like back when I was younger, man, I'd session on till 6 in the morning, sleep till 9, back on it.
Mm.
Now, if I did that, I'm in the hospital for 3 days. You know what I mean? Fucking on the bed, like straight
Yeah.
up. Like it's just you know when
Mm.
your body finally just says, "Here, listen, lad, fuck off." You know what I mean? We've been at
Yeah.
this crack for too long now. Settle down. So just live your life to the fullest you can, man. Especially when you're young.
Yeah.
Mm.
Straight up, straight up.
Mm.
Yeah, I'm only getting back into drinking though, because like I used to be a cunt for it back when I was in like fifth and sixth year and stuff. Um, but then I had a girlfriend for about 3 years and I didn't drink at all. And then COVID came around, we weren't able
Yeah,
to go out. And now it's just man, I just need to fucking go out as much as I can. I need to catch up for lost time. So,
yeah,
um,
Mm.
yeah, I'm trying to go out as much as I can, but I'm pretty sure I said it to you, Jenny, before fucking Gara came in. I'm fucking spending an arm and a leg every single time that I go out, and
yeah.
it feels horrible.
It is. But that's what it is. Like you know what I mean. Like
Mm,
it's gonna happen. You know what I mean.
yeah.
When you go out and you enjoy yourself, like you know what I mean. At the end of the day, you know, money comes and goes. You know what I mean. Money will always come back to you. You know what I mean. But memories will
Mm,
last forever. Like you know what I mean. So
yeah. Yeah.
that's the way I always look at it, bro. Like you know, I'd happily stay broke for a couple of days as long as I get a good night or a good memory of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
that's that's the way it is. Like you only live once. Fucking
Mm.
end of the day, I think people are so solely focused. Like it's like that's the other thing drives me mad about like especially since like contents came around and gaming for money. You know,
Mm,
kids are so focused on money now. Like you know what I mean?
yeah.
Like it's crazy. Like
Yeah.
the amount of people that come to the end are like,
Yeah.
"Oh, you're an old bastard. You're streaming. You've no money and all." It's like you know, and you're sitting there and you're like. I'm not even gonna get into it, like, 'cause if you try to explain to them about owning your own house, how much it costs, and owning your own cars, and all, like, you
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but they could play Fortnite for 25 fucking years, they'd never amount to that amount of money, but it's like talking to a wall, you know what I mean? These kids are like, just see money, 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 money,
Yeah.
and it's crazy, like, it's fucking
Mm.
scary to see that way,
Well,
like,
I
I
thought
used
I thought it was mad there. I saw it on Twitter there the other day. It was I played and won some Warzone tournament last year, and your man that ran it was like Triggs Tourneys or something.
yeah,
And he ran Warzone tournaments for a good year and a bit, and he said, "Oh, I sold it last week or something." And then in the next, like he like quote retweeted it. He's like, "Oh, time to be a normal 14-year-old now and go out and fucking spend time with my friends." And I was like,
Jesus.
man, when I was fucking 14, like I was pick me nose and eating it. Like
yeah,
I couldn't understand it.
yeah,
He's there fucking running tournaments for like Warzone pros and everything. Like I can't
yeah.
understand that for a second. Like,
It's mad, like it is no, but like that's the thing, like is that scares me more than anything. Is fair enough. I understand completely. Epic is a business, you know what I
mm,
mean, and they obviously have the right mindset. Look what they've done with that game alone. But when you have games like that are solely based off money, because let's be realistic, if Fortnite took out the money tournaments, that game dies.
yeah,
It
Yeah.
dies, and
yeah,
it's just bad to see that games are surviving off money now. Like that's like it's not like where we used to be. We used to have tournaments back there. You'd play for fucking like less than 100 quid. You know what I mean?
mm.
Yeah.
Like the money now.
I used to play GB tournaments for a fucking gold badge, and that was
Yeah,
it.
that's what I mean, man. And now
Mm.
you're looking at you're
Yeah,
on about like hundreds of thousands of pounds to kids for playing a game. Like it's fucking nuts. Like it's crazy. Like now, don't get me wrong. If you're good and that's you know you can win these things, up by means, fucking right. Set yourself up for life, easy. But it's not the boys that are winning constantly is the problem. It's all these other guys who believe that they can do it, but they have failed to do for countless year after year after year, and they're just spamming their fucking life away. Don't no disrespect. Okay, I love a trier. Don't get me wrong, but let's be realistic. You know, Accrington and Stanley aren't going to win the Premier fucking League. Like, you know what I mean? So it's like you got to look at that narrative. Like you still have lads out there that have been playing since they're like 17, 16, 17, yeah, or now in 21, 22 and so on. And these boys still have it in their head because they have a bit of PR or they won a fucking Zone Wars tournament. You know what I mean? That they're actually going to make a living from this. And it worries me. Like I'm not hating on the people. Like I'm not being disrespectful. I'm actually genuinely worried that people spend 4 to 5 years doing this, and they haven't benefited from it. And as soon as they get some small reward from it, it continues. That just if they get place in fucking what was the winter?
Winter. That shite winter event or Fortnite.
That shite thing that you won £100 or something. Yeah. Giving them that little bit of hope, then they finish fucking dead last in that tournament, but got the £100 or whatever the fuck. That's boosted them for another 2 or 3 years to continue thinking to themselves, "I'm gonna make money from this. And that's what scares me.
Yeah, no, it's the focus. It's the focus on competitive games. It's
you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's too much focus on competitive games, and it's why I find it hard to go to Fortnite nowadays or to go to any casual games. Because back in my day, you go in a game and if somebody's good, it's rare. You're like, wow, that guy's actually fucking good. But nowadays, everybody sweats to be good. But for
the reason why, Chris, is the money. That's what it is. It's back then we didn't have that whole objective of life-changing money. It's like the lotto in a sense, yeah. Back then we didn't have that, Chris. You were just if you were good, you were good, or you wanted to be better than the next guy, kind of thing. But now there's levels to so many differences. Like you're talking about 12 and 13-year-old kids, yeah, that quit school, don't go to school, causing you know what I mean. Fucking psychiatrists are now open for Fortnite kids, like that's crazy, man. That it's got to that level.
I think it's all because of Fortnite.
Yeah, it is.
Like, it spoiled kids. It spoiled them.
But like not even just with money, like just gamers have just gotten so much better because of how addictive Fortnite was when it first came out.
Yeah,
and as soon as you throw big signs, money signs.
Oh
like
yeah,
that, you know what I mean. These kids aren't looking at it and saying, "Oh, I can get a house, cars, look after my family." That's not there. They're like, "Oh, brand new Balenciagas. Oh, fucking, brand new PC. Oh my god, 3 years worth of G Fuel for fucking, That's the way they're looking at it, and it's a brainwashing system. Now it's not Epic's fault. Epic are just a clever fucking business. Simple as. They're just a clever business, and the boys that are doing the mustard and the boys are fucking 200 IQ with what they have done. They brought out a free game, got everyone hooked on this shit, added in prize money, then slowly you start noticing, then they bring in the cosmetics and the money being piled in and in and in. They're not even giving out a quarter of what they're making. Like, you know what I mean? They're not. Like, people are like, oh, they're giving out too much money. They're not. They're fucking not.
Yeah.
Like, you think about it, like, the Battle Pass alone is what, tenner? Is it around a tenner? Yeah, we'll say a tenner,
so,
yeah. You're talking a couple of million kids buying just that Battle Pass. That's not just the skins now they bring out now as well. You're talking just the standard Battle Pass that fucking Tom up in the fucking office can make up by himself easy, He's trained at making like these Battle Pass fucking emotes or whatever. And they're making so much money. So Epic are dead right in what they're doing. But at the same time, it's like parents need to pattern up with kids. Especially the attitude of kids nowadays. Like if the way some of these kids talk, like if I talk like that, my granddad would have fucking battered me, man. Like if we even raised our voice to my nanny, man, we were battered. That's it, like back then. But nowadays, man, you raise your voice to your child, it's fucking child abuse. It's like, what the fuck?
Nah, look, it's a slippery slope. You could talk about that all day, realistically.
That's for
we won't tell you off too much. It's a slippery slope. It is. You could talk about it all day, realistically. But yeah, no, I know what you're saying. It's a different era, and I agree with Bob, and it goes exactly what you were saying, Jenny. That Fortnite set the tone, and so many companies copied the format of battle passes and this and that, and the competitiveness from Fortnite was brought over to COD, and it was brought over to the likes of Valorant and all these other games where you're either high tier or you're nothing. And yeah, it's a crazy time of gaming, and it's why I feel like, you know, if you're not good nowadays, it's nearly not worth your time to play games, which sucks, but it's true.
It's nearly embarrassing for people to play games if they're not good at them.
Yeah, it's so true. It's a complete culture shift. It's like you got to be at a minimum standard, and if you're not there, then you're bottom of the leaderboard, and you're not even having fun at that point. You're just getting destroyed, you know?
Yeah, you're just getting shit on. You land down, you're dead straight away. Like, you know what I mean? Or you even like the more annoying part is when you get land down, you get a kill off spawn, you're delighted with yourself, yeah? You farm up, you get your fucking heals, you god loot, now you're rotating, next thing fucking Tommy comes up boys and just up in the air, and by the time you look up, he's edited back down through the 7 floors and two pumps shit in the fucking head, and that's it, good night.
I didn't mind the fucking building. It was when when everyone started fucking editing. Oh my god.
Some of these boys can build, and like obviously I'm old as fuck. My fingers don't move that fast. I'm not fucking, you know, but literally, well, like I see these boys, right, and they've literally came from like fucking one side of the map to the other side of the map, yeah, tunneling and doing all these fucking ups and downs, and they're editing as they put the build down. Like, it's fucked up. Like, they're like, bro, I have to place the build. The build's nearly fully built before I edit the fucking.
And at what mind, man, it's not even like the fucking best of players. You could go on Twitter and look up fucking any Fortnite player, and it's literally like they're in creative mode for fucking 4 hours a day trying to practice their editing.
It's literally the level now where kids are waking up 9 in the morning
on their Nintendo Switch,
breakfast into them, boom, into creative until 5 p.m. that evening. Bang, cash cup. Play the fucking cash cup. 7 o'clock they finish the cash cup. Bang, back into creative. Getting off at 11 o'clock at night. Back there, and that is the same rotation. Like, and you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's a crazy culture, but it's the one we live in, and I don't know. I don't see it change. I see it getting worse. Not gonna lie. I don't think there's ever gonna be casual gaming again. But
no, there never will. No.
That's what Fortnite did. But listen, it's been a crazy chat. I feel like we got to know a lot about you, Bob. But I got one more question for you. And I know Jenny will have a lot to say about this as well. Is you know, recently on social media there's been a bit of huffle and puffle about the idea of an Irish creator boxing event.
You're getting slept, Gara. You're getting slept.
No, listen. What's your opinion on the whole thing? Do you think it can happen? Does the idea excite you? Where are you with it?
I'd be down. I'd be down to fighting it. Yeah, 100%. I mean, look, like I've been part of fucking like white collar boxing events and everything. Like, it's not that hard to throw an event like that. Like, look, if you're looking to live stream it or whatever, you might have to get onto some certain people. But yeah, honestly, like, man, I'm 100% down. Gary, if you want to go toe to toe with me, I don't mind. You're the only person the same height as me, man. You're the only person the same height.
Is that much selection? Jenny, what's your opinion on it, Jenny? Because I know you were involved in it as well. I know, obviously, Bob is down for the idea. Where do you stand with that whole kind of idea of an event, Jenny?
I'd be definitely down, like, but I don't know if you'd find me a fight. I don't know. I don't think so. I think there'd be too many people that want to scrap me.
Too many people that want to scrap you? You don't think
you'd get Stevie in?
I'd have a weird feeling like if that was to happen, I'd say there'd be quite a lot of people putting their name in a hat to get in the ring with me. I really do.
Yeah, but realistically here, if you're, let's say, Jenny, you're a co-main or your main event of this boxing event, right? You're in this situation where you're the main stage. Who are you picking to be your opponent? That's the question. Never mind who else wants to. Who are you picking? And you have to be weight class specific. It can't be catch weight. It has to be weight class specific.
And it's obviously Irish content creators.
Yeah, we'll go Irish, yeah. Now, it's not saying it's somebody you may beat, but it's somebody in your own weight class who you think would be a good matchup for you.
Good matchup for me.
And you want to bait the head off. This is the call out. Clip this. And
yeah, get this on, yeah.
Irish. Who'd be a good scrap?
What height are you, Jenny?
5'10". But I'm a fucking, you know, a big
pair of baps on you. Pair of baps on you, yeah.
I have a bit of weight on me, you know what I mean? Like, I'm 15 stone, 5'10". So,
yeah, anybody?
I'm trying to think. I don't know. Like, no one really in the Irish scene that I don't get along with, man. Like that I'd want to box that off. You know what I mean?
Well,
Yeah,
not,
sure, it's not like I don't get along with Gara.
yeah,
Like,
this
it's
has
just,
dying to box the head out of me, man. Sure,
Yeah,
I
don't
love
know.
Bob.
I'd probably if I was to say,
I'd be walking in wearing a gimp suit against Chris, just ready to bend over.
no, it'd probably I'd probably fucking have to fucking go toe to toe with like fucking Russia or Murray Dubs or someone, man. Someone around that, like.
My man Murray, yeah.
Yeah, like I'm just thinking like I've seen Murray on the camera, like so he's tall. No, he's not he's not skinny, you know what I mean?
No, Murray's 5'9", and he has muscle on him. He has muscle on him. Let me tell you.
Muscle on him. I think that'd be a good scrap. Or Rush, me and Russia, or me and Murray, I'd say be good. I think we would go toe to toe. I think we go the distance.
Yeah, I reckon Russia would be a good one because I think Russia has the height on you, but it probably weigh out evenly.
Yeah.
It'd weigh out evenly. You know what I mean?
I don't think Russia would do it.
You don't think Russia would do it?
No, Russia has said Jenny would just bait the shit out of me.
He's had this conversation, yeah.
No, it's not that. Like a lot of people seem to have that in their head. Like they have to remember, man. I'm not fit as I used to be. Like you know what I mean? I've years on me now.
Jenny's trying to sell the fight. I wouldn't bait him now. Get him in there.
Being honest, like realistically, first of all, the years, you know what I mean? A lot of these boys are a lot younger, you know, so their stamina's gonna be up there. I'd have to be whacking. I'd have to ring up fucking Kavanagh and the boys and be like, "Here, boys, listen, oh, mind Connor, get me up there for a couple of months, and yeah, fucking get me into shape. I have a big fight coming up, you know what I mean?" But no, if it was to happen, I'd 100%, I'd be whacking out the fucking gym and getting back into shape for it, 100%, just to show up for it. Like,
what weight are you, Chris? Actually,
I'm tiny. I'm like 55 kg or something.
That's ideal. That's ideal.
Murray's viewing.
Yeah, Murray's in the chat there. He's ready to go.
Murray's up now on the bag.
Murray's shadowboxing in his room right now, getting ready. But yeah, I think the idea is there. You know, I've said it already. I know, like the likes of Jake McBoss put up online, and so did Rooney about doing it. But I know you touched on it there, Bob. But you know, doing an event like that, it's not as easy as booking a boxing ring. I mean, there's so many steps to it. Like you gotta reach out to a boxing club if they do it. Then you gotta get judges who actually know the system, and not only that, but then you're talking production. You gotta get a camera crew. You gotta get somebody who understands switching cameras.
Headgear.
Lighting's major as well, man. I've been at boxing events streamed online, and the lighting was fucking terrible. The lads didn't know what they're doing. Like absolute ham sandwiches. So
have medic teams, the whole lot, just in case.
Yeah.
So, one wrong hook, like with nice sweet dreams.
It's true. I'd love to get involved with it, and you know, I've talked about possibly doing something like that. I feel like there's a time 100%. For it, but you know, Bob.
Even if I wasn't fighting that, I'd 100% be down.
Motion
on that, like, you know what I mean, and. Like, you know, even fucking doing the corners for fucking boys.
Doing the corners, yeah. Jenny putting Vaseline on boys.
I'd be a great corner man, because if my lad's getting bet, I'm going to hook him in the corner, like, get your shit together.
Your man gets knocked out in the corner by Jenny, unofficially. Yeah, managed to even make it back into the ring for round 2.
No, I'd be straight up, man. I'd be like Apollo, remember? Fucking like, come on, Rock. What the fuck you doing? You know what I mean? And I'd be fucking skipping beside him and telling him what to do. Man.
Yeah. I mean, there's definitely room for an event like that in the future, but I'm going to quote Bob here on a note here just to end it with the whole boxing event. And the content in Ireland needs to grow to make an event big like that. You can't have a bunch of shitters in there realistically. It has to be named names. It has to be guys who are established in their own areas.
You'd have to get someone big enough, a big content creator to main card that.
Yeah, exactly. And
throw in a match like fucking Jamie J. Carr against fucking Steve Timothy or something like that kind of
style, it's what I'm saying. Yeah, you got to think outside the box.
The event. Yeah, 100%. Yeah. There has to be more to it, like, and
but that's the thing. Like
we could set rules with that as well, though. You can literally set good rules where you're not like, I can't say you're not allowed fucking spark the person out, but as in a sense of, you know,
like inter club rules. It's just kind of like a hard sparring session.
Yeah, if someone's being outboxed, you just stop that there, like before the person gets absolutely fucking blasted. You know what I mean? Like, because I'd hate to be in that position of someone like that I get along with or I like, and I'm in the ring with them. And I get into a position where I'm hurting them. I wouldn't feel
Oh
comfortable.
yeah,
Yeah.
Like if someone I don't like, fair
yeah.
enough, I'm gonna break their ribs. But if
You see, that's the
if
thing
it's
with people that haven't fought a lot before. Like I remember,
yeah,
like when I went out coaching out in Kells, and like we'd say, right, we're going to spar now,
yeah,
and a lot of people would take it too far just because they don't have the mindset of, okay, this
yeah,
is technical sparring or
Yeah.
whatever it
yeah.
is.
No,
A
I mean,
lot of people just get hit and they're like, they see red and they're
for
like,
me,
fuck
if I'm gonna
you.
be fighting someone
Hmm.
that I like or I get along with, I'm I'm gonna be going for jabs and points. I'm not going to be
Yeah,
going for the
exactly,
haymaker
exactly.
on them. Like I'm literally
Yeah.
just gonna try outbox them. But if someone came personal at me and started
Mm.
laying to me, then it's a different story. Like you know what I mean? That's
The
where the
last,
fight going to start.
I done a white collar event in box or in college there. Was it last year or the year before? And one of my friends actually just got clean KO'd like second round.
Jesus.
Oh,
Yeah.
and I wouldn't mind. No one was even like, "Oh, fucking fair play" or anything. It was like, "Man, what the
Yeah, what
fuck
the
are
fuck?
you?" And
Yeah,
I wouldn't mind.
Hmm.
It was kind of like
that's what I
it was
mean, bro.
directed towards the actual club itself because the matchmaking was terrible. I got the
Yeah,
head fucking boxed off me from like an actual boxer that was 12 kg heavier than me.
Yeah.
yeah. No,
Jesus
see,
And like
Christ.
I wouldn't want to
it
be.
has to be like there has to be a lot of thought process gone behind this
Yeah.
and thought process
Yeah,
from people that
100%.
actually know what they're talking about and what they're
Know what
doing.
they're talking about, how to
Hmm.
box
Yeah.
properly. Like I'd hate to be in that
Yeah.
position as well, like where you accidentally like proper hit someone
Oh
and
yeah.
they're out in
Yeah.
the ground and you, like that's worry right there. You're like, you
Yeah.
know, at the end of the day, because some boys like that go to that event. Let's be realistic about it. They're going for it because of the hype of it. They want to be involved because it's an event and so on and so forth. But they may have not have ever boxed a day in their lives, so they wouldn't know how to defend themselves properly at all. Like you know what I mean?
Yep. Yep.
Yeah.
That's my fear. Like that's why I'm saying if I was to fight someone, I'd want to be fighting someone that knows how to box. I
Oh
don't
yeah.
want to box
Yep.
someone that is just a good content creator or that way. Like
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
want to box someone that knows how to box because at the end of the day, I don't want to be in a ring with someone where I'm throwing jabs and I'm just landing everything and hurting them. Like I just wouldn't feel comfortable. You know what I mean? I don't want to end up hurting
Yeah.
someone. Fuck
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Like
I,
especially someone that you have time for or in the Irish scene that you get along with. It's just not my vibe. Like because you're going to look like a break after. You know what I
Oh
mean?
yeah.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
it's only human, realistically. I mean,
Yeah.
if you're doing an event like that, it's not on bad terms. It's all pretty much.
No, it's all fucking
Yeah,
content. Yeah.
exactly. For lack of better words, like what Bob said about kind of a white collar event where it's like everybody's obviously fucking. Well, a lot of people would be at that beginner rate, so it's like you're
Yeah.
going for scores and you're not going to actually hurt somebody.
Yeah. 100%.
But yeah, it's an idea. And sure, look, we'll see if it comes to fruition. If there's any involvement in it, I've said it already online that I definitely want to be involved with the organization because fuck all content creators can organize stuff. There's only one other content creator I know with any organizational skills, and it's Jamie J. Carr. So hopefully we can
It's
come.
definitely
come to something.
something that would take it's a long process of promotion, setting up, making sure it's the right people involved, the
Yeah.
right guys on top of stuff. You have to have an A1 because especially if we were to do that, it's the first time it'd ever be done by an Irish content creator. It'd be the first one ever. So the last thing you want is something to go wrong. You know what I mean? Because
Yeah.
Yeah,
bad
exactly.
trend on it, and people aren't going to want to be involved in that kind of shit after. So,
Mhm.
but no,
Yeah.
what before we actually just did there, but the likes of what Benji has said in your chat, big Irish content creator fight, football would be a lot easier to set up. You know what I mean? That kind of stuff. That would be good crack. Like, you know what I mean? Something like that would be like kind of a test style event as well to see how it plays out. In a sense.
Yeah.
Yeah,
These
Yeah.
kind of things do need to be done straight up. They really do.
yeah. I feel like bigger events like this definitely open up the scene, and it gives more eyes on every content creator. Even Bob, when you said at the start about collaborating, it's collaborating at its finest. It's doing a big event and having creators there who are actually notable in the scene for some reason. So I think it's good for everybody involved, and yeah, hopefully we see more events like this over the next couple of months heading towards summer. It'd be nice to get one or two creator events going, but yeah, look, I suppose we'll leave it there, lads. We've had a very long chat. It's been absolutely brilliant. I've loved personally, Bob, you're somebody I really respect. Not only for your content but just for your personality alone. I feel like you're somebody that I'd love to hang out with outside the stream and not only through stream. And you're very bubbly and you're very fun to be around. So it's great to get to know you and more of your background and even the funny stories you were saying today. So I'm sure a lot of people as well listening had a lot of fun with that as well. So yeah, I appreciate you coming on.
Thank you. Honestly, I'm absolutely blessed to be in a position where I'd even be asked to come on. You know what I mean, or just to come on. So, yeah, thank you, lads, and seriously, keep up the fucking good work. As I'd be in here every single week listening to this. Absolutely love it.
I love that.
Yeah, no, I appreciate it. So we always like to leave it with Jenny's last thoughts here. So, Bob, you may prepare to cover your ears now. Jenny, Jenny, final thoughts of today's podcast there now.
I know I've actually had a lot of fun today. Obviously, Bob, appreciate you coming on, bro. And honestly, can't wish you nothing but best of luck going forward. Just remember what I said to you. Just stick your head to it and get it done. You know what I mean? You have a lot of promise. You could see that with yourself. You know what I mean? You know what you want to do. So just get it done in that sense. Obviously, we understand that, Bob and me have some sort of things in common, but I failed to get it up once in our life.
Yeah.
And,
that's out there. As if I couldn't get a girl already. Fuck my life.
Yeah, so that's something we haven't covered, you know what I mean? We can talk about that over pints sometime. No, honestly, mate, it's been a pleasure as usual, Gara. Cracking job, mate, and I've enjoyed this thoroughly, and I can't wait to see what you do in the future, broski.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's going to be good, and the future is very, very bright for BistoBob. So do us a favor, if you're not already, guys, go on over to Twitter, follow BistoBob. He's on Twitch as well, BistoBob. TikTok, you find him anywhere under BistoBob. It's a very original name. Of course, he is the Gravy King, BistoBob. But no, thank you so much for watching, guys. Really appreciate it. Hope you enjoyed our conversation with BistoBob. If you did as well, let us know on social media if you do like the podcast and who you want to see on next. But until next time, thank you again, guys, for watching. Really appreciate it, and we'll chat to you again very, very soon. Have a good one, guys. Good luck.
Easy. Good night.